in a Tub presents the Tubcast. Featuring Eric.
Oh, you see that guy? He's all like,
Kyle.
Is he transgender?
Jeremy.
We're gonna make America great again.
Trevor.
I mean, why did he just go to the bus?
And special guest Nathan.
Does this mean we're finally gonna get to see Big Bird's chicken breast?
It's the Tubcast.
Hey!
Featuring
Heyo.
your host. My name is Shlov.
Hello, Shlov. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. The weather is very warm. And this is Shriel La Schluff.
Shy.
Shia LaShluff, and there's Jeremy.
Shalom.
He likes to shalom.
Hello.
And there's Shrever. Shrever.
Good luck fighting the Ninja Turtles.
Wow, you are loud, Nathan.
Am I?
That's
Yeah,
okay. I'll turn it
feels
down a
loud.
bit. Nathan's here, and then there's
Wobble wobble dub dub. That's my catchphrase, remember?
no.
No!
That's
Bad
not.
Schnathan.
That's not. Yeah, I
He's
don't.
over there,
What's over there?
Nathan.
He's everywhere. He's in the TV.
Nathan's
He's in the
omnipresent.
Shibi.
I'm ubiquitous.
We're here for another Schwabcast.
Schwabcast.
It's great to have everyone here. You know, I look across from the intern now. He stares at me sometimes, and he has sad eyes when I don't announce his name. So yeah, Schweipers is here too.
Wipers.
No,
No
swiping.
Speaking of, I didn't get a beverage before the show. If you would.
Wow, you just gonna make him work right out the
yeah.
bat?
What would you like?
Why don't you
a
just?
beverage?
Too
Obviously.
lazy to grab one before.
Wow.
Now he feels bad because you insulted his abilities.
No, I'm utilizing him. You're ignoring him. I'm using
No,
You know,
him.
he
I mean,
I was planning
I'm
on
giving
waiting.
him
I was planning on
purpose.
giving it like an hour or maybe 30 minutes before
What?
Schwepper?
No.
He doesn't like
Good
Dr.
job,
Pepper.
Wipers.
Shreem Schroda.
You know, I was waiting outside the studio when I got here, and he pulled in, and he gets
Thank you,
out.
sir.
This is Kuipers I'm talking about here. He gets out of his car, walks up to me, and he goes, I was about here, and I realized I look like a Target employee
Oh,
because he's got on khakis and a red shirt.
that's
I
nice.
could see that.
So yeah, I think it's we'll get a picture later.
Oh, you walked by the screen.
Okay,
They saw
yeah,
you.
they saw
Or
you.
a
That's
dance
true.
if people want, you know.
Yeah, if people
They
want
can-
to spend the
they
tub
can-
bucks,
they
they
can
can
redeem
they
it.
can dance you.
So it's good to be here.
It is.
We've been away for a week. Not really. We were here last night. But,
We were
you know,
here
for the
last night.
Tubcast only
Yes.
listeners, it's been a whole week since you've had us shoved deep into your ear canals.
And two,
Been
since you've
1
seen
week since we had
me,
these
unless
subjects.
unless you watched Vieria.
One week, just look at me.
Yeah, if you haven't, you should watch Vieria. Jeremy got lost in a cave.
I
was pretty
found
good.
my way out though.
You did.
It was like
Spelunking.
Now,
it was like Mr. Bean's version of the Blair Witch Project, pretty much. That's what-
Erica, I want you to know. I want you to know it was not staged. That
Oh.
voice of some child I never saw must have been a child. It sounded like a child that was humming "Farmer in the Dell" when I was completely alone in the cave. Was freaky.
I mean, I could think of a lot of scarier songs a child could be humming. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, but it's a horror film
but
cliche.
there was no
not
sound.
Farmer in the Dell.
There was no sound, and I had seen nobody
Like
for
old-
at least 15, 20 minutes by this time. And all of a sudden, I hear this, and
you-
it sounds like the kid's skipping or something.
It is
And
a
I'm like,
cave.
Where is this kid?
It is a cave, and things echo in a cave. So he may not have
He
been
may have
anywhere
been out of the cave.
near
I don't
you.
know.
Yeah, it could have been someone outside.
But it just went for like 20, 30 seconds, and then it stopped again, and it was completely quiet.
Jeremy, I have a question about your cave experience.
Okay.
While you were in there, did you see people chained up who could only look at their own shadows? And did you try to explain to them the concept of light?
There's light out there.
No.
There's not just this torch over here.
Darn it, Plato has lied to me!
Sorry.
I don't even know what that reference is. Sorry.
It's a philosophy thing. I can't remember even.
But of
what
all
it
my
was.
travels, do you guys mind if I have a moment here?
Was it the ghost of unknown who was haunting you?
It could have been the child of unknown. I don't
That's
know.
a very generic name. For
That's
a
because I
ghost.
looked up the author of the song "Farmer in the Dell" and it's
nice.
unknown.
Author unknown. It was unknown, maybe. Yeah, anyway, but no. When I go on travels, a lot of times I like to bring gifts. I already told Kuipers no gift yet. I'm sorry.
He's not
We
cool.
haven't. I wanted to find something that just said intern on it, and I didn't do it. But anyway, for the rest of you guys, I got. Give me
You
just
know
a
what
second.
you could have done, Jeremy? You could have just found a white T-shirt in your closet
I know.
and just took a marker and wrote intern on it and given it to him. He probably wouldn't have been any the wiser.
I found
All
this
right.
in the cave.
So I found some gently used shirts that I thought would be
Gently
fitting.
used.
Yeah, at a place called
shirts.
Ragstock. It's awesome.
I love Ragstock.
Ragstock is amazing. But here, let
I'm
me.
disappointed they didn't call themselves Ragnarok.
I have a shirt from there that I bought. When,
Well, now you have two.
Oh, I
This
just
one's for
sent-
Eric.
Whoops.
What's it say?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's a Batman.
I like Batman. Thank you.
It's a Batman.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Okay.
Smells
We'll just
like
go.
other dad's shirt.
I didn't wash them. They're exactly as they were from the store. This one is. Guess who? Who's this one for?
Oh, that's for
It's
Kai.
the
All right.
Broncos one.
It's the Denver Broncos
Yay
for our
for
audio
Kyle.
listeners.
That's
Denver
for,
Broncos.
That's the Denver Broncos.
And Trevor, I have a green one for you.
What about Jeremy? Did you get something for Jeremy?
I'm wearing it. It's a bear shirt.
Oh, okay. This one's The Legend of Zelda.
And Nathan, this one was on Twitter, but I couldn't pass it up. And it's because you've brought all these lovely little My Little Ponies to the show.
It says Brony. Oh, Nathan will wear that with pride, I have a feeling.
I don't
Hey, this
know how
works out-
often I'll wear it, but
You'll wear it every day. Put it on now.
Jeremy,
I'm
Jeremy,
proud of myself for how good a catch that was.
Yeah. Jeremy, this works out really good because today was the first
Again,
preseason
I
game.
apologize if they're not the right sizes. They were the ones I found.
It fits over my other shirt.
There you go.
My headphones are wrapped in it,
That's
but
right, yeah.
you know, whatever.
It was literally the only 4 used shirts that weren't like John Deere or Metallica.
Do I have
So,
some right
and
now?
I thought they all worked. No,
What's
yes,
wrong with the
you know, it's
Metallica
okay.
shirt?
Nothing's wrong with it. I just thought these all fit your guys' personalities
I'll-
really well.
I will wear it next week. I'll tell you that. This
Nice.
shirt's
You
already
got a
really
new
heavy,
shirt.
so yeah.
Yeah, trust me, Trevor. The shirt I have on that's made out of denim isn't heavy at all.
Well, you're a weirdo. So.
Anyway, I hope
man,
I
this
did
is-
okay. I
thank
know
you.
after
Thank
the
you,
game we
Jeremy.
played last night of trying to know each other well, I felt like
Yeah.
Hey,
I had a good
Trevor.
opportunity.
Trevor, how do you feel being the only one that didn't put your shirt on?
He doesn't care at all. He's
I don't
unmoved by
and
your
I thought
your
you'd love
judgment.
that shirt.
I do like it. I do like it a lot. I just don't
Can-
like wearing 2 shirts at the same time.
So
Can-
Kuipers, I guess I did get you a shirt.
Can we stop to appreciate that the Brony shirt is XL? I feel like that's appropriate.
Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, that's the stereotypical
Size.
Brony.
I was
Oh.
gonna say
That
that sounds-
bronies are extra large.
I don't know.
Yes.
It might be kind of small for.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. I don't mean to offend you,
What?
but it's really hot.
No, take it off.
I
Take
mean-
it totally
Oh, yeah.
Gee,
It's getting
you're
hot
right.
in here. At least I put it on out of honor
So
and
take-
respect for
So
the
take
gift.
off
So
your
you guys are
gently
happy?
used clothes.
Yeah, thank you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm gonna
awesome.
take off mine too.
Yes, thank you. I like it, and it's nice material too. I'm very picky about
It's
my
a classic
shirt
shirt.
material.
I'm pretty sure that's 1980s original.
My other shirt
Probably
underneath
not.
wanted to
It's
come off.
tagless, so it's probably not.
Oh wow, I feel
Anyway.
better now. But thank you for your kind gifts. That was
Yeah,
nice.
you're
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you.
That's a you.
Callback to
And that's
game
the game we played last night. That's so funny. We're laughing.
Hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
Kyle, get that off the desk.
Hi, YouTube.
How dare you just
Seriously?
advertise for
Hey,
the
it's the-
Broncos.
it's the
Now
first-
I'm completely upset that I
It's
gave
the
you
first
that
week
shirt.
of preseason football. The Broncos, I
that's
think, are
right.
winning.
Their football.
Yeah, they're football.
And
Okay,
there
fine,
you
I'll move it.
sports ball lovers out there, let him know in the chat how.
Kuipers, put
dumb
this
that
by my
is.
bag.
So what Eric is saying is he is not ready for some football.
I'm ready for John Madden to eat a bunch of
I don't think that guy is.
things.
I don't think that guy does the music anymore.
John Madden?
No, he doesn't do the footballs though.
Now you're talking about
Hank
Williams
Hank
Jr.?
Williams
Wait,
Jr.
so John Madden does still do the music.
Yeah, John Madden still does the music.
Okay.
Yeah, he does all the music.
It's like this soundtrack was brought to you by Heavy Breathing, isn't he?
Well, see, what you want to do is you want to get the football from one end of the field to the other. That was my John Madden.
Very nice, Kyle. That was very nice. I appreciated it. I understood.
Thanks, guys.
In less than 4 downs, or at least.
Yeah.
Irrelevant Native
Within
says,
a-
Kuipers, put that in the trash. He does,
Whoa,
does not
hey.
appear.
He said it was an ugly decoration.
He does
Oh,
not
come
like.
on.
I think he doesn't
An
like
ugly donkey
the
decoration.
Denver.
It was an ugly donkey
the
decoration,
Denver
I
Donkeys.
suppose.
He doesn't like the Denver Donkeys.
Hey, what's up, Brown Eyes? Welcome to the chat.
That's actually what a Bronco really is.
Is a mule
Yeah.
or a donkey?
You're a mule.
Yeah.
How is Jeremy a mule?
I don't know.
Well, never mind.
Weird.
Well, we now have radio silence after that. So, how you doing, everybody?
Well, I had a strange Friday last week.
Did you wake up
Ye-
completely naked and sweating and didn't
No.
know where you were?
No, I had some things taken.
Oh.
I got robbed
What?
When?
last Friday.
From
Friday afternoon
From your house?
from my garage.
What?
How'd they get in?
Well,
You left the
see,
door open.
the garage door was open because I was in the yard mowing my lawn.
Whoa. Bold.
That is
In the middle of the day,
That-
with my car in the garage door was open.
Okay.
I was on the other side of the house mowing, and someone must have just seen that there was an opportunity because they grabbed a drill, they grabbed a battery for our trimmer, and they grabbed the trimmer
Oh,
and
man.
and ran.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? This really? They didn't
You
take the
should-
charger for either the drill or the trimmer. I think they just saw that I was on the other side of the
Yeah, and
house
wanted to get out of the way
Saw
so
there was an
quickly.
opportunity
So
to
here's-
grab something. Yeah.
Here's the plan. You're going to set it up the exact same next week. Or whenever you mow next.
Uh huh.
However,
Will I be sitting across the street in my car?
no.
Oh.
You'll have a sensor ready to be triggered when
Trigger,
they walk
exactly.
into it, and it will shut the garage door
Oh yeah.
and unleash.
Yeah. You'll
Yeah.
have a trigger.
I don't know, something horrible.
Trevor, you're on top. You're starting off pretty well here.
No, because then all you're going to encourage is them to slide out and then reach back to grab their hat like Indiana Jones.
Well,
Yeah,
that's where
maybe.
the boulder comes,
Not if
though.
there's saw blades on the garage door.
Penitent man kneels.
So yeah, that was really weird. I was like, it freaked me out because that's just not something that you come across every day as someone like stealing from you in broad daylight.
Yeah.
That's why I have
That's scummy.
cameras.
Welcome to. Oh, never mind.
You need help setting up your
the
cameras.
Republican podcast.
Well, no, the weird
Shoot 'em!
The weird thing is we've had our garage door
Repubcast.
like open itself.
Repubcast.
Oh, gross.
That's Jeremy's new show.
The Repubcast.
Oh no.
But
That's a
no,
really
like
good name.
we've had a couple of days where our garage has been open all day long because as we were driving away, it hadn't gotten closed all the way, and the sensor tripped, and it opened itself back up. And yet, nothing was taken those days.
You're gonna keep it shut from now on.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even, not even if I'm in the yard. I mean, maybe if I'm on that side of the yard or something, but
If you need a-
seriously.
if you need a stakeout,
Yeah, I know who to call.
Ghostbusters.
Jeremy will be sitting there with his something in a little thermos and a roast beef sandwich, just like all the cops do, you know.
Something in a thermos.
this scumbag.
I'll come by with donuts.
Sweet.
Good.
'Cause
Can
they're
I have some?
donuts.
No, you're not part of the stakeout.
Yeah.
But-
You're the bait. What are you talking about?
Dang it.
There was a restaurant in this one town I lived at
Yeah.
in Rapid City, South Dakota. It was called Stakeout,
Stakeout.
and they would actually deliver steak.
Takeout
to you.
steaks.
Yeah, they would deliver steak to your door.
Was it
Interesting.
quality steak?
It was good. You could get like a baked potato and a steak, or a baked potato and a
that's not bad.
cheeseburger,
I
or some
saw
French fries,
in
and
a parking lot down the road over here
yeah.
that there was this like tent.
Okay.
You know, like those like big white tents,
okay.
commercial tents.
Yeah.
And it had on the side of it, best ribeyes in town, 20 for $25. I was like, that makes complete sense. I'm gonna go buy ribeyes from a tent in a parking lot in the middle of summer. They gotta be good steaks, right?
So why aren't we grilling ribeyes tonight?
Because I didn't stop.
Oh,
so,
that would have been a good deal.
You know,
We could have had a barbecue,
We could've.
live
A
cast.
live barbecue cast.
a ribeye cast.
Ribeye cast.
Well, has anybody else been up to any shenanigans? Anybody watch any movies or watch any good TV or play any video games? I mean, Game of Thrones. Holy cow!
Oh,
right?
man, that episode was
Man,
fantastic.
all of the episodes this
Such-
season have been
Well,
crazy.
especially
Yeah.
this last one.
But
has
this
been-
last one, wow, you could just see the money go up in flames, literally.
Yes.
that
Yeah.
they spent on that.
Well, it had like great moments for like all my favorite characters.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, yes.
It's such a weird thing the way they have set those characters up to where there's some that you love and you love to hate and you actually kind of hate, and then but then I mean, this isn't really a spoiler, but I think like with Jaime and Daenerys, it's like
Yeah, that was
you
that
kind
was
of
weird.
You kind of root for both of them. At least I
Yeah.
feel like I am. I kind of am rooting for both of them.
Jaime's-
So I'm just
yeah.
like, this is so hard to watch. Like who?
Well, there was-
which is
He's a
was-
good guy in a bad situation.
There was so much there because you've also
I mean,
got
a good guy
fam-
is maybe is a stretch, but yeah.
I would
I-
call him
from-
good.
I think
Now, maybe not originally, but I
Oh,
think he
maybe
has
not
redeemed
originally.
himself.
yeah,
He was the Kingslayer.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
Chaotic,
think that, I wouldn't even say his act of killing the king was a bad thing.
wait,
I
what?
would say the way he treated it was poorly.
I'm not onto that season yet.
No, that was
Well, that
before
wasn't
The
even
Kingslaying
first season.
happened before the show started.
Again, I'm not on that season yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
That's
No,
what
it's
is what impresses me with that show so much. Is there's such great storytelling that's so much depth to it. Like people don't. I'm not going to say any spoilers or anything, but there's a cost to certain
Yeah.
power that people achieve or whatever.
Yeah.
The strength
Yeah.
that they get comes at great cost.
in the speech that Jon Snow gives to Daenerys. Almost every time he talks this season, it gives me chills. But when he gave
It's
that
like,
speech, yeah, I know the Ice King. That's why. No,
Is
but
he
when
electrifying?
but when he gave that speech to Daenerys about
Do you lose control?
about going in and you're no different than anybody else if you go in and just
Yeah,
burn their
yeah.
cities and kill their people and do this sort of thing. Like what?
Mhm.
And it was so relevant to the modern society that I thought that was so cool that it just. I mean, it was almost like, I don't know, like reading scripture or something like that, because it was like this weird thing of it being just like transition. Like, even though this is set in medieval times or fantasy times that don't really exist, whatever. But
yeah,
I'm just
fantasy
saying
times that don't exist.
that's that's the proper thing. But it was just so cool how that little speech just felt so resonant to
Yeah.
no matter where or when.
And
It
then
was-
I had one thing, and I'm going to speak this vaguely, so I don't spoil anything. I really enjoyed how the reunion, you know what I'm talking about?
yeah,
Like, with certain
Yep.
characters.
yeah,
Each one of those reunions has had, they've come, at such, they're so bittersweet, just for different reasons, and I'm just
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is so good, but it's so heart-wrenching at the
and it's a
same
little,
time.
and sometimes it's a little awkward because you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
this could be. I could see where these two individuals have grown
Yeah.
different ways, and
Yeah.
I'm wondering where that leads.
right.
It's hard to talk about that show without
Yeah,
being
yeah.
super vague. But Kyle, you got all caught up. I heard.
I'm all caught up.
That's
it's-
exciting.
It is. I've got so many things I want to discuss with you, gentlemen,
Like later,
but I
when you
can't
can't,
because
yeah,
Later,
it's
yeah.
I can't. I did see one meme floating around that made me just laugh a lot because there's that one guy that's hanging out with Jamie that's like one of his officers that's like prominent enough that you recognize his face, that he's someone that's kind of close-ish to him as far as like, you go do this. And there's one scene in that where he looks like he is completely lost, surrounded in like all the fire. And I saw someone post a meme with that picture of his face there where he's like,
Yeah.
and it says, when you're a level 2 and you wander into a level 50 area. Oh, no! And it was perfect.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna address, like, I know you don't watch the show, Jeremy, and I think, and it was funny because, I mean, I'm
not fighting it. Or
no,
anything.
you're not, and that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to applaud you for that because I saw a post this week that was so like. Oh, I get it. Everybody's into,
I literally don't even know what it's about.
Everybody's into different things, right? Like, I mean, we all watch shows that the other people don't watch. We all have kind of our own things too, you know. And there's some crossover. But when people say stuff like this is verbatim, I've seen it multiple times on social media. Well, I'm glad I don't watch X. Really? Like, that's the worst. That's like the most like. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe my annoyance and anger level with that because it's just so childish. And you're glad you don't. It's something you don't even know about.
It's them posturing themselves as better than other
of course
people.
it is.
Because I saw someone. There was a clip. The fight with the mountain that happened in season 4. I think it was really big thing. I don't know. It was like some Hispanic Facebook page or something. Just posted that whole scene. And I was like, really? You can do that without getting like a copyright strike? But of course I sat there and just watched it. And I started reading the comments. And there was multiple people that said almost the exact same thing. Well, I'm glad I don't watch this. And I'm just like...
Why did you click on the video if you're not interested in the show?
It's like, I don't understand that sentiment at all. Like, how can you be glad you don't watch a show? Like, I mean, you can be like, well, it's not for, I don't think it's for me, so I'm probably not going to watch it. Or this shows that this isn't really for me. But to be like, I'm glad I don't do whatever. Like, it's just, I mean, I'm glad I don't do heroin. I can say that and not, and not, you know, I'm glad I'm not addicted
you don't do heroin
I'm
either.
glad I'm not addicted to some, you know, life-threatening drug. But it's just one of those things where it's like, it's such a weird... divisive way of pretending to be better than someone, which is frustrating. But Nathan, I think you put it well. It is posturing that they're like, they think they're better. So
yeah, Irrelevant, Native, and Jolliver basically are saying they'd probably watch it if they just had time to do it. Just other things are more important than their lives right now, and that's probably me as well. It's just not. I didn't catch the wave when it started, and I don't have any desire to try to catch up either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
yeah.
In other news, I just started watching Rick and Morty this week
for the first time.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah. How are you watching it, or can you say? You'd rather not say.
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fine.
On a screen
on your computer. I meant on your
eyes.
laptop or on your TV.
Yes, on my laptop.
Okay. You got Hulu then, because all the seasons are available on Hulu. That's Hulu.com. Now starting their live TV service. Please go to Hulu.com/Tubcast to enter your promo code now.
Yeah.
Tub.
We're sponsored.
Yeah, that's totally not true.
That's the password, and it'll totally get you that discount.
I really hope somebody stopped listening as soon as you said the word, and then it didn't work, and they come back. That's totally not true. Oh, man.
Lies.
Sorry, I just was trying to cover it for you.
Is that why we have the Netflix story later? Never mind.
So there's so what do you think of the Rick and the Morty?
I thoroughly enjoy the Rick and the Morty so far.
It's really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have not seen the latest episode, but I keep seeing a lot of
I haven't seen the latest
screenshots
either.
of Pickle Rick, and
I'm still in season 1.
Oh,
I
okay.
can only imagine it'll be as great as Tiny Rick.
yeah. So that show's really good too. But it's one of those things where it's so subjective, and I get it. I get, like, if someone were to come to me and just be like, "This show's really good, you need to watch it." My first response is, I don't care what you say.
Your opinion sucks.
Yeah, that's my first response.
He has literally told me that before. about
Well, that's
shows.
always that's about movies usually. But
well, no,
yeah,
there's been TV shows too, and you're like, really? You watch that?
well, that's yeah. But I mean, it's true, and that's the thing is, I think a lot of people are that way. That'd be like me going, Jeremy, you really have to watch Game of Thrones. Like, I mean, it's the best thing you've ever seen. You need it. Like, you kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, of
it's
course.
not for me. Yeah, whatever. It's not for me. But that's just because it's subjective. Like, we all have
Yeah.
different opinions and tastes. That's like me trying to convince. Like, I think Trevor would really like Rick and Morty. But I can tell from his response when I say you should check it out, it's probably not for him, or at least he believes it not to be. So I get it because we all have different things. Like
Yeah.
that's like you guys talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I like have like a weird vomit diarrhea
Yeah.
thing that happens when
Yeah.
you say that.
No, and I understand that, and that's
and
part of
so,
the reason
like,
that I'm not gonna try and sell you on that show.
Yeah.
Partly because I know you, and I know the TV shows that you watch, and so like if there was something that I caught that I felt like fell into something that you would really enjoy, I would absolutely say. But I know that there's all kinds of stuff that I love that you would be like, oh, that's gross. Why would you waste your time on that?
The Broncos.
I like the
Maybe.
Broncos actually.
Yeah, but he still wastes his time on it.
I don't think I mean, I don't know his life. I don't know what he does. What are you wasting? Are you wasting your
I'm-
time on
you're
Broncos?
not.
Do we need to have
Um,
an intervention?
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on the season. Some years more than others.
Fair weather, is that what you're saying?
You know,
No,
I'm
I'm
just
just saying like there are some years that they really really suck. So watching those those years, that's
what
the wasted
fair weather
time.
means.
So do you never watch them?
Ugh. Hey, are you forgetting a couple years ago when the Horsies won?
Horsies!
Because I
I'm-
didn't know with the first place.
I'm forgetting that.
Trevor, you
Well,
were at
we
my
have a shirt
you were at my
available
apartment.
on
You know,
our
I think
store,
I just take offense that
store.
as being a friend of Kyle's, that I think I get very defensive because this is a really weird sports tangent, but he likes the Broncos and I like the Broncos. Like, I would watch a Broncos game and I would root for the Broncos. I have a good time doing that. But then if I ever say anything positive about the Huskers, he gets so defensive and annoyed that like it makes me angry. And then I get vitriol and I like go to Twitter and say mean things about people who don't like the Huskers. And I don't even know why I live in Iowa.
I think to some degree I've accepted the fact that you're a Huskers fan, and so it's fun to continue to elaborate on that.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
And I know that people get super mad around here, so I
We should have a Go Big Red segment.
I get.
I know,
Oh
right?
man,
Then we'd
we
be
should,
famous.
we should totally do a Go Big Red video. It'll be you and me as sportscasters, and you'd be all up, and I'd be all.
I just thought of a terrible thing I could say, and then I stopped myself. You see, I have a
job.
filter. I have a
job.
filter.
Wow.
That was good. I was gonna make a reference to the coach
And here it
and me,
comes.
but anyways, so there's, it's one of those things where it's just, I don't know. It's just everybody's tastes are different. Everybody has different reasons for liking what they like and what they. But if I had my way, I would trap all you guys in a room and make you watch things I liked.
well,
And that would be fun.
I'm
No,
not
no.
on board with your tastes.
Yeah, I know, right?
You would not do that. There's no way you'd want to be locked in a room with us.
No, he
I
never
do it
said
every week.
Well, for
Jeremy, he never
periods of
said he'd
time.
be locked in with us.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm gonna lock you. I'll feed you guys
He'll
occasionally.
be your jigsaw.
Just
He'll
sticking-
watch us watching the show.
Sticking
he
one of those
likes.
$5 Domino's pizzas to the door.
Like,
All right, eat this and then watch this.
all right, we're starting with Goonies, you guys. You're gonna like Goonies.
Let's
I
play
don't
a
care
game
if you've
of
never
Thrones.
seen Goonies. It's good.
you know what though?
It's
I
not
feel
that
like
good.
Goonies is the best.
I like
everyone,
the Goonies.
Everyone.
I love Goonies. If you
Oh.
trash Goonies right
My
now,
wife loves Goonies. I just don't get it.
why?
That's
I
okay.
just.
That's just weird. Goonies is like one of the all-time greatest movies ever.
That's what a lot of people say.
I
Just
love
like Star
Goonies.
Wars, they say that about that too.
Don't.
So we've just we finally see, Jeremy. This is what I'm talking about. We've established that you have bad taste.
Don't get me wrong. I've
So-
seen Goonies. I've seen Goonies many times. It's just I don't rank it that high.
Oh
See,
man,
and
that's bad.
I wouldn't feel like I would be as scared about sitting down and being locked in a room watching the things that Eric wants me to watch.
It's such a
Because-
this is such an evil thing for me to even suggest.
You just like chain us in there.
No, I know, but like I feel like the other three guys would probably be like
Eric,
maybe I like some of it, but not all of it.
don't
But
make me watch Inherent Vice again.
I feel like
We couldn't
oh
even finish
yeah, that
that.
movie was
We
that
didn't
movie
even
was
finish
rough.
that movie. We tried to watch
I
it.
wanted to like that movie so
Yeah,
bad.
we couldn't
Remember
finish
when
it.
you're on a long, like, kind of tangent of always finding goat videos on the internet you wanted to share with people?
No,
Yeah, that happened.
I never
No, that
did
was
that.
just
I
that
don't
one
remember
I
goat
just
video
feel like, oh, okay, maybe.
with that one goat that kept talking.
That's a really long story that we're not going to
Yeah,
discuss. That's a
sorry.
Yeah,
weird
sorry.
thing to bring up.
I
Yeah.
remember weird things. Sometimes.
You know what? There's one thing in the chat that I'm seeing that I think we all can agree on is that The Defenders is coming August 18th.
Yes, I can
that's
agree with
right.
that.
I mean, you can't argue that
Yeah,
because
you
that's a
can't
fact.
argue that.
Like, yeah, that's like
Um,
Kyle saying, "Well, we can't argue with the fact that the Broncos are going to play football."
That's true.
And
they
everybody
are.
can go, "Well, yeah, but that
Tomorrow
doesn't
they
mean I
quit."
like,
I mean, play it well is something we could argue.
Oh,
You can argue that they don't
no.
play it well.
They may not play well. There's building stuff, you know.
It's
Building
a building
teams.
year.
It
This
might
is-
be a building.
So you
year
didn't
again.
see Goonies when you were like a kid, then, did you?
Oh, I totally did.
I did not.
I know, but I'm
I didn't
Jeremy,
know either.
Like when though, a kid, like 13.
and you didn't like it then.
No, it was just okay.
I did not realize that Goonies was directed by the same guy who did the Lethal Weapon movies and Scrooged.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I was.
Oh,
I
and the
mean,
first Superman.
Princess Bride. I watched like 3-4 times back to back.
Well, that's a completely different
same-
caliber.
Okay, let's try
Day.
this. All right, I'll name some movies, and we'll see.
Sandlot?
We'll see
All right,
who all likes
we're
them.
doing thumb up or thumb down.
No, you got to say something because
Well, no,
people
I mean-
at home can't listen.
I mean,
you could
ye-
just say
yay
thumbs
or
up.
nay.
Yeah, yay or nay. Let's do that. Let's see. Back to the Future.
This is
Yeah.
you
Oh,
like
yeah.
it, right? You like it.
Well, duh.
Trevor, the
That's- I mean,
parameters
that's
were
what
very
the-
clear.
What?
It's yay
That's
or
what-
nay.
That's what the parameters of this is.
Yay
do
is-
you like
You-
this?
You're
Yes.
starting with a
yay.
baseline of we all like it.
I didn't hear Kuipers.
Yay.
Back to the Future. Okay, Back to the Future. All right, Goonies.
Oh,
Yay.
yay.
Everybody but Jeremy.
I've never seen it.
Never
Oh,
Again,
Trevor's
it's not that I
You've never
don't
seen
Trevor.
it either?
No.
Oh,
I
my
don't
gosh.
I just
dislike
realized
it. I just don't get the cult mentality. of
Kuipers
it.
hasn't seen it. Now I'm gonna lock Kuipers and Trevor in a room and make them
Sounds
watch
like we
Goonies.
we need to have another movie night.
I heard they
We
were
haven't
going to
had
do a
one of those in a
remake.
while.
I heard
Yeah,
they were
they've been
remake
saying
it.
that forever though.
I realized though the movie is 10 years older than I am, so
Shut up,
That
little
means
baby.
it's actually from when good movies were made. So there is
True.
that.
All right.
Except for that movie,
but-
right?
but
I didn't say
Sharknado.
it wasn't good. I said it wasn't. It's not like amazing.
Sharknado.
Like,
that movie didn't come
Don't
out.
mention that swill.
Wait, which one?
I'm not done yet. Sharknado.
Yes.
No.
Not Goo. I said Goonies. Groundhog's Day.
Yay.
Never
yay.
seen it.
Never
I
seen it.
actually don't think I have seen
Oh
it.
my gosh, you guys.
how about what about Bob?
I
Yay.
enjoyed What About Bob, but
Yeah.
I've only seen it
Never
the
seen it.
That
once.
was a good one.
Vacation.
I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
No.
Eric's the one that's.
Oh, sorry.
What are you doing?
I'm taking
Yeah,
over
Wait,
guess.
wait.
with good movies.
Question. The original Vacation or the remake?
Oh, the remake was terrible. The original for sure.
Okay, I was just going to say I never saw the
Well,
remake.
technically, it wasn't a remake. It was.
Okay, it's
It
a
was a
it's a
cons-
requel. It's
it-
doing the same plot, but
it was,
as
it
a
was,
with the
sequel.
it was
son.
Rusty grown
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was terrible. Let's just be real.
Okay, Drive.
Oh, amazing.
Drive. Absolutely.
Never
yay.
seen Drive.
Never seen it.
What is going on?
You can't blame people as much for that. one.
You
That
need to
one's-
No,
see
you
that
can't
movie.
because-
I am.
I'm not saying it's not.
You know what this
No.
is doing? This is my
It's
super
eye
villain.
candy.
This is the point in my plot line where I do become the super villain and lock you all in a room and make you watch these movies.
See this
Instead
really.
So,
So you're saying that's what we're
going
going to do on Wednesday night?
No, this really sucks because this means that the next time that we do one of these like multi-movie nights or whatever that Eric will
It'll
every
be all
couple
stuff
year
you
throw,
said you liked,
it'll be
but you
stuff
don't
that I've
really
seen
like.
before, and it won't be something new that I'm like, come on, hit me with something that I haven't
Okay.
seen that I should.
You said you haven't seen
Irreversible.
Groundhog's Day.
Okay, Groundhog's Day.
Here,
That's
don't
true.
they? No, just stop it. We were talking about good
No,
movies.
and I don't know that I want to see that movie.
What movie?
I've never seen
Irreversible.
All right, how about Pulp Fiction?
Amazing.
Yay.
That's totally a.
Never seen it.
Go with
Oh,
Clockwork
jeez.
Orange. Go with Clockwork Orange right
So
after
Nathan,
that.
Yay.
Nathan,
Yay.
see, here's what I'm seeing though. Nathan said he wouldn't like to be locked in a room and watch what I want him to watch, but so far you've said yay to every movie I have mentioned. So I think that
He doesn't like
maybe
being
Did I
told what
say
to
that?
do.
I thought you said you wouldn't. Oh, maybe I
Unless there's a safe
misunderstood you.
word.
But okay, so you're agreeing to being locked up.
I was saying.
I don't know. I'm just checking.
I was saying I feel like if you were showing things that just you liked, I probably wouldn't mind it because I think that you and I have a I like
Similar
almost
taste,
everything that you like.
Yeah, you're his big brother.
I just like more
Yeah.
I like
that you don't like.
2 of the movies I think we watched last time. Didn't we watch? What did we watch?
We watched
Oh Brother, and I really
Brother,
liked
where
that
art
one.
thou?
Oh,
and
yeah,
then that
one's
thing you do.
amazing.
Which,
And
But
the
Eric,
thing
you
do,
hadn't
yeah.
seen that one before,
I-
right?
I
like-
hadn't seen Oh Brother, We're Out
and
There.
it's amazing.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked that thing you do. I haven't seen Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
That's a good one.
Coen Brothers. They're like right up there with Tarantino.
Yeah, that-
for me.
That thing you do is another movie that's one of my favorites. I mean that one's it might be on a little more on the cheesy scale just for
Yeah.
some people, but I love that movie. I absolutely
good.
love that movie.
It was
I
good.
hadn't seen it before we watched it together, and
Yeah.
that it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're like into like I don't know music and like
Yeah.
being in a band and that sort of thing. That's just I don't know. It's cool.
Relevant Native says Young Guns.
Ooh, that's a pretty good.
I
mean,
thought it was good.
Tombstone is my
Tombstone, yeah.
Tombstone is fantastic.
Yeah, Tombstone
love
is-
that
I don't.
movie.
It's
I-
good.
You tell him I'm coming.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
No, no.
I love that.
Yeah, Tombstone is
It's such a great movie.
It's probably my favorite western. I think when
Yeah.
it comes. I mean, I like a lot of
Yeah.
western movies,
I'd-
but Tombstone's still got to be.
That's
the
a really
best.
good one.
Irrelevant also said Donnie Darko.
Yeah, that movie's
Yeah,
fine.
I haven't seen
I've
it.
never seen it yet.
It was just like I mean I appreciated it from a distance as like okay this is kind of an artsy whatever, but I
gotta say, I saw it, and it didn't leave much of an impression on me. And that may have been one of those where it was like everybody talked about it, and I saw it like way after,
Yeah.
and was like, okay, I guess I didn't see where the cult following jumped on it, and it just I don't hardly remember any of the movie. Maybe I need to see it again, but
Kyle,
Dang it.
I'm looking at your screen.
yeah,
Is this
Yeah.
because you haven't seen it?
I don't know.
Tombstone.
There's
I have to go home and watch that
I mean-
right now. I'm gonna
Oh.
go.
Okay,
go home
what
and
is
watch
on his
it.
screen?
You do forget that I am a few years younger than you.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
So-
forget.
I've seen
You're
Tombstone.
many years younger.
I mean,
So that age is no excuse.
well, no,
here.
I'm just saying, like,
we've all not you guys
There's-
mentioned a movie earlier I haven't seen. What about Bob? I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
what I was trying to say
You
is that
Kuipers has seen that one. That's amazing.
See, that's why age doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, it
it just
doesn't.
depends
Well-
on how you were raised,
That's
what,
true.
what
But
movies your
wait,
parents
Princess
watched.
Bride,
what-
everyone's seen and loves, right? Because if
I
you
Yeah.
don't,
I'm
get out
okay
Yeah.
with it.
of the
I,
studio.
Jolliver
it
is
was
right.
alright.
Don't watch the director's cut of Donnie Darko.
maybe that's what I saw.
Yeah, Princess Bride is
think-
good. I mean, it's a little overquoted by people.
of course
but
it is.
but it is a good movie.
See, I think I may have seen Young Guns, but I don't know that I've seen Tombstone.
Okay.
You got to do it.
But I was really young when or a lot younger when I saw it too, and don't remember it. I don't know.
I've never seen Sick Punk.
Nope.
I don't think
haven't
I've
either.
heard of
Oh,
Sick Punk.
SLC. It's SLC
Or
Punk.
SLC
I don't
Punk.
think
Oh, I
I've seen
thought it
that
said Sick
either.
Punk.
that's what I thought too. But I don't
I've never seen that. Yeah.
I've
never
never
That's
heard of it.
Matthew Lilliard.
I know that it's kind of
like-
a cult following, but
Yeah,
I
isn't it like
Oh.
skating and stuff? Skating and punk music.
probably. But yeah, I mean, Kuipers, what year were you born?
Titanic.
95.
Okay.
Jeez,
Titanic's a good movie. I'll give that a yay.
I haven't. I've not really seen it.
You haven't seen Titanic?
I saw it like parts of it, and I don't remember any of it. So
Really?
It's another
don't-
one of those where I think it was overdone.
I don't know that I've seen it all the way through.
What
but
is going on?
No, I've seen most of it.
Have you not seen Titanic? I mean,
Well, let's
What
be
were you
honest.
doing throughout the 90s?
There were boobs in it. That was a big no-no growing up.
yeah, but nobody knew that because it was rated PG-13, so it
No,
was a
but then
surprise.
No,
Yeah,
but then
everything
everyone-
in PG-13 from
Surprise
the 80s
boobs.
and 90s is
But-
crazy.
But I also never saw
Not
a movie.
everything, but like,
Yeah.
well, you know what movie I just watched the other night that I have not ever seen, and I just watched it for the first time, is Fifth Element.
Oh,
I
that's
still haven't
Did you like
seen
it?
that one.
Did you like it?
There were boobs in a PG-13 movie.
Okay, but
and
did
I
you
was
like
watching it
the
with my
movie?
kids, and I was a little uncomfortable.
That was like so.
Whoa.
I wanted to watch
I don't remember boobs in that
Vacation
movie.
with my kids because I remember
boob?
seeing it and thought it was amazing as a kid.
That's
And
total
then we
recall.
got like
My
literally
bad.
Guys,
5 minutes into it, and there was like f-bombs going off all over the place.
Wasn't it rated R though?
I don't. I thought
Vacation
it wasn't,
was rated
but I
R.
guess it was.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
in my mind, it wasn't.
That,
you know what I mean?
that's a phenomenon that happens where you watch movies as kids that you watched
Yeah.
on TV, and then
And-
you get the like because
Yep.
I've grown
and
up.
then you watch the real.
My
movie.
favorite movie when I was like in 3rd grade, which I don't even know that my parents really liked me watching them, but it was on TV, so it was edited, was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh.
I love that movie, and I bought the Blu-ray when I was old enough, and a responsible adult to buy a movie, and I was like, it's
Right.
rated R? I don't remember anything bad about this.
Yeah.
And then I watch it, and there's that scene where Steve Martin is just cursing out the lady in the plane terminal, and he's just like, F-ity, F.
Get me an effing car
Yeah.
and take me out to my effing
Yeah,
car
I
in your
know.
effing lot so I can effing leave.
Yeah, and like, I'm
So many
yeah,
friends.
and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't
Yeah.
remember
It's-
this
And
at
it
all.
just totally ruins your childhood
It's
memory.
so funny because there's hardly any swearing up to that point,
Yeah, I
and
know.
then Steve Martin wanted that to be the breaking point of the movie.
And Steve Martin's not the guy I think of as cursing.
No,
like,
and I
people
think
out.
that's why it
That's
sells
yeah.
it in a lot of ways because it's like, okay, he is so frustrated that at this point he is a lot. Oh man, let's stop the stream.
We're gonna go watch
I just
some
want to go watch the
movies.
movies. Like,
How about the next 3 or 4 Wednesday nights?
Yeah, we just
We'll
watch.
just cancel the stream. Should we? We should. I mean, some people last night heard about that. Do you want to talk about that now? Since I
We'll do it
broached
later.
it. Okay.
And I had one thing I
Wow.
was gonna say that I almost
I figured we'd talk about the end of the show.
I did see. I went and saw. I've seen several movies recently. One of them was Valerian, and I
Oh
kinda,
yeah, I did go and see that this week.
I kind of honestly didn't expect to like it that much because it was one of those sci-fi movies that's like really weird, but then I really liked it actually. I felt like all of its elements weren't just like weird to be weird. They like had reason, and I don't know. It made
There was
sense.
purpose
See, and
to
I-
their weird.
I will say that I felt differently about it.
Yeah.
That's allowed.
I enjoyed most of it, but the ending just felt like it kind of fell flat.
Wasn't enough boobs.
No. Jeez.
No, I
No,
can get that. but-
It was like the movie was moving, and then it hit a point where you get to the climax and everything everything that's supposed to be happening, and it's like it stutters and stops so that everyone can talk, and suddenly you don't have all the great visuals that were so awesome through the movie up to
Yeah.
that point, and it fell flat for me. I was like, there were some great ways that they could have ended it that would have made it a really good complete movie, and I think that's where a lot of people that reviewed it, that gave it bad reviews, would say this movie's beautiful and has a lot of really cool stuff in it, sci-fi wise and like visually, but it falls flat. And
I had never even heard of that movie.
you hadn't seen
it's-
it.
you
You
hadn't
I'd
hadn't
never
seen
even
anything
seen
about
the
it.
trailer. No,
Really?
I'm just looking it up now, and it looks really gross. But that's just because there's snorty people,
Yeah,
people.
it's. I don't
And
think
it-
you would like it at all, Eric.
Because they're snout
um,
people.
Yeah, the snout
Yeah,
people.
'cause of the
but
snout
just took me
people.
a little bit. Has anybody seen Detroit yet? That looks really
No,
good.
that
Not
looks
yet.
really good.
No,
I still haven't
but
seen Dunkirk.
I want to see it.
Has anybody seen the Emoji Movie?
No.
Not yet.
Okay,
I do
good.
kind
Not
of.
yet.
I do. I do.
Hypers.
Hey, I want to see it just because Patrick
Oh.
Stewart is the poop.
It's,
Exactly.
I won't go and see it in
Oh,
the theater.
gosh.
Not at
Redbox.
all.
Or Netflix. If it
I
comes
probably won't ever see it anyway.
How about Dark Tower? Huh?
I'd like to go see it still. I don't care what
Huh?
people say.
Yeah.
I had no interest in seeing it, and now the reviews have made me have even less than no interest.
High five with Nathan.
I s-
So, go
I
ahead.
still want to see the Planet of the Apes. Haven't
like to
seen it
see
yet.
that too.
So good.
So good.
See, I've never seen the rest of the movies though, so that's why why I haven't gone to see that.
Yeah, see, I'm in the same boat with Trevor there.
You
I
haven't
did
You
see-
haven's seen the other two?
I
Oh, they
saw-
are pretty
or
good. The
the
first
originals,
one's really
right?
Yeah.
The first one was really good. The second one was
I
good.
think we said this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So,
talked about No,
yeah.
we talked about it 2 weeks ago because I was here.
what
Oh,
else is
okay.
out right now?
Wow, Jeremy
Jeremy
remembering a
remembering.
thing.
Dunkirk is.
Yeah, I
We
still
talked
haven't
about that
seen
2
that
weeks
yet.
ago too.
good. Yeah.
I still haven't
Oh,
Yeah.
gee, Trevor
So
likes a Christopher Nolan movie. There's
Hey,
a
shut up. He's an incredible filmmaker.
Did I hear right that this one's actually like his shortest movie? It's like an hour and a half or something like that. Like usually his movies are super long.
Something like that.
I've heard it
It's-
was
it's
tense
certainly-
all the way through.
But
it
I-
certainly doesn't feel like it. it's a stressful movie, and it's very intentional.
Yeah, it's
I
an
just-
hour and 47 minutes.
Yeah.
I just realized that the one Christopher Nolan movie that is on my list of shame that I haven't seen is on Netflix.
What?
Memento.
Oh, Memento.
Memento.
Yeah.
Is
I
it-
haven't-
is-
I haven't seen
Top
it yet,
3 favorite
and
movies.
I've wanted to see it, but just never had like the opportunity or whatever. Or like never thought about renting it or anything. Whenever I used Redbox back in the day.
I think the only Nolan movie I haven't seen is Insomnia. Well, and Dunkirk now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insomnia. That's the other Christian. That's with Christian Bale, right?
Yeah, I hear it's his weakest movie.
Yeah. It's not terrible. It's all right. But yeah, it is probably his weakest. Man, we really went off on a tangent here.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
no!
good,
Apparently,
though.
apparently,
I like
there's
it.
something called Following I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
It's a short movie. That's like under an hour.
It doesn't say it's a short on IMDb.
Not to
I don't think it's a short. But
not to jump from movies to video games, but I did want to talk about a couple video games real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's hear.
I've been playing 2 video games this week that one on my phone that I
Oh yeah, I saw you tweet about that.
This game is really cool. It's $2. It's kind of like a card game, and it's called Magic Merchant. And it's like it's almost like a weird version of Solitaire or something like that. That's much more. It's like simpler, but it also has like more. So you have like 4 stacks of cards. There's like green, yellow, red, blue, and then sometimes they put the dark magic cards in there, and it's like you're compiling potions, and you're at a counter, and these monster-looking people are coming up to the counter, and that you can see a bubble over their head what color potion they want, and then you can like you have to like the first color that they have you have to use in it, and then I think if you use the second color they want, it like it gives you a bonus, and so they pay you for however good the potion is, and then like at the end of the game, if you use all your cards without messing up, you finish a round, and then you get your scores based on how much you got paid. Right. And so it's really it's kind of simple, but it's really good for just like kind of hanging out and just playing on your phone something quick, and the art style is phenomenal. It is probably one of the best looking phone games. I mean, it's very animated, very cartoony, but it's just really cool art style. So yeah, I don't know, check that out if you like phone games.
what was it called again?
I think it's Magic Merchant.
Magic Merchant.
Yeah. It was cool. The other game I've been playing, not as much as I would like because I haven't had a lot of time, but I started playing it Monday night.
That dang time.
When it released is Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. And that game is interesting. I don't know how to talk about it necessarily because I have this weird like passion for it because I watched like some of their development vlogs, and like they're really this team. I mean, the guy that's heading it up, he has like a lot of passion behind it, and it's like they're trying to deliver a AAA experience at an indie price with not as much content. But
I heard it's short, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 6 to 8 hours. But what's really exciting about it is that what I think it could lay the path for. That's what makes me more excited about it. Because to be honest with you, the game's a little boring for me. Like I've been a little bored with it. It's gorgeous. I'm playing on PC, and it is absolutely the best looking game I've ever played. And like graphically, like the facial animations, everything. It just looks like it looks incredible. But the gameplay itself is like you're kind of searching for these puzzles within the environment, and I've been stuck on one for hours and I cannot find it, and I feel like an idiot, but I don't want to look it up and like feel like I cheated myself,
Especially with a short game. That's
I mean this, I think it's 6 to 8 hours like I said, but it and the combat is like it's like do a puzzle and then there's some combat, and when you're doing puzzles and stuff you can't even draw your sword, but it deals with like this character who's like, I think it's kind of a mythical Viking-esque timeline, and and she's struggling with a mental illness. She has psychosis, and
really?
And they brought in a team of people that were all experts on this, like different psychologists and things like that to help. And then they had like focus groups of people that actually struggled with psychosis, and then they would talk about the game story and the plot line, and they were actually working hand in hand with Ninja Theory, the developer, to say, let's change this. This isn't actually accurate. This doesn't represent us in a good light. This isn't really how that is,
cool.
And so the game, a lot of it is this kind of uneasy feeling of not knowing what's reality and what's all in her head, because you'll hear voices, you'll see things, the whole environment will catch on fire, and then it won't be on fire, and you're like, was that really on fire? Was it not on fire?
Should I be afraid?
And, yeah, and so it's just, it's not a perfect game by a long shot, but I this is one of those games where I think it's it's worth. I think if you want to play a game for a few hours and you got $30 to blow on it, I think it's cool to really make this game a success, because then I think there's this and I'm sorry to talk so long about this, but I'm kind of passionate about it.
Yeah.
But there's this disjointed thing with AAA games and indie games, and they live in two separate worlds, and I think that we're getting to a point where AAA games cost so much money to make that if it ever gets to the point where they realize, that it's not making the money, that there's not a return on investment, it's this. I mean, I'm not trying to be like doom and gloom, but it could go away. It could go away, and because it's millions and millions of dollars and hundreds of people on these teams that are building these things. So if the consumer says, you know what, I'm okay with a shorter game, but that's polished like a AAA, that I can, I can sink my teeth in for a little while. I think that's really cool, because then developers can do that. This is like a 20-person team. This is like, and they've been designing it for years now. But I think it's just one of those things that that's really, I don't know. It's just cool to see, and I hope that more people embrace it, and that we can kind of, like in the gaming industry, I still want my AAA games. I still want to play crazy huge games that are that have been millions of dollars sunk into. But it's also like the indie game experience is one of these things where it's like, okay, that was a neat distraction, or that was a fun thing. And sometimes there's brilliant indie games, not to put aside, but there's a lot of shovelware out there too. And
I keep going back to Limbo in my head, because that game blew my mind, or Firewatch.
But that still is like a 2D platforming. That's not like a AAA level, where this is this looks better than Horizon. This looks like, I mean, this game looks incredible from a graphical standpoint. And so
you're saying all the people are actually going to get hired by AAA after this?
Well, no, Ninja Theory has been around for a long time. They did like Ninja Gaiden. I mean, they helped out. I think they were a team that worked on Disney Infinity and stuff like that. So
yeah, they helped it with that.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Trevor? Sorry. You were starting to say something, or did you lose your train of thought?
I kind of lost. I know I was going to say it's not everything needs to be a $60 game. We don't need to be like, well, this needs to be 20-hour campaign or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's fine for it to be
100 hours.
Shorter and more concise, because it's like a lot of times, especially if you're trying to tell a good story, a lot of times those stories just get bad after more than 10 hours.
Yeah, they just, I mean, and that's the thing, is the writing doesn't always hold up. Yeah. And so
if you want to deliver this concentrated thing, it's very okay to have it short, and like you'll be like, well, let's just charge $30 for this.
Well, and it's the thing, like a game like Firewatch, I wouldn't call that didn't have AAA polish, but it was a really good game, and I really enjoyed it. The story was great. Yeah. Gone Home is another one. I haven't played Tacoma, but I heard that's really good. Yeah, that's from the developers of Gone Home, and it's like in space and all this stuff.
Which one is Gone Home again?
And so I think something like that's really cool. Where this is just like showing kind of a different idea in a lot of ways. It's like, let's try to make this, like, I guess I keep saying AAA like a broken record, but that's kind of what it is. It's like they're trying to give you almost like a smaller chunk of what a AAA game would be for less price. I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's just exciting, because I like that the game platform, like that whole thing can just be kind of more fluid, and people aren't going to be upset, because it's like the thing with No Man's Sky, where everybody was angry because, well, this is not, they're charging me $60 and all this stuff. And so it's cool to see. That's all. So that's my rant for tonight. And what were you going to say? What were you going to say, Kyle? But yeah, pick it up. If you can spare the $30, just go on a limb and buy it and see what you think. Who cares, right? Just show this developer that, or show the gaming industry that this is a good idea. Like, I think that's put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of indie games. In fact, I've got a lot of these indie games that are like really popular that have since been like dropped out on like the free on Xbox and PlayStation, because I've been late to the game on those, and then I'll hear about them and not have the $15-$20 or whatever to spend on them at the time that I hear everybody talking about it, and then a year later there it is free. And I mean, I love those games. I don't always have time to go back and play them, but
That's what
most of those that I've run into and have actually spent money on that have gotten people's attention have been worth it. And this one definitely sounds like it's got a lot of potential. So
I actually picked up this game and
surprising.
Hellblade and Absolver
What?
at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And because Absolver is another one that's only $30, so it's really cool that because it's like Absolver just looks really cool. It looks like it's a nice focused combat experience. It doesn't look like it's got too many flares to it, so it's and it's just cool to have. And I was gonna say Devolver is really good. It seems like at putting those lower price level.
Yeah.
And like because Devolver isn't the one who's developing Absolver. This is really weird, but they're like publishing it. So
It's funny. Both of those games are on Windows and PlayStation 4.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not
It
on Xbox.
Just
PS4
cracks me
is-
up that like as much as Xbox tries to match with the Windows and the Windows operating system kind of built onto Xbox, there's so many games that they aren't getting.
They're not as indie friendly. I mean, it's
No,
not to say
they're
they're
definitely
They used
not.
to be much more indie
Yeah.
friendly
Yeah.
back
Well,
in the day.
PS4 is kind of the indie darling right now.
Which is surprising because of the way that they invested in that ID at Xbox.com
yeah.
or whatever.
It could change very soon.
Irrelevant Natives says, "Have any of you tried Infinite Mini Golf?" I have.
yet.
I did. I picked that up on the Switch, and it. I've always liked Hot Shots and Tiger Woods golf and stuff like that. And so it's much more. It is definitely mini golf though. It's not because I think Hot
okay.
Shots is much. We're going on links, but it's cartoony and fun. And this you can tell it's like a very indie developer because it just doesn't have quite the polish that you expect on some games, but it's a fun. I mean, it's a fun little game. I don't know. I mean, if you like golf and you're willing to forgive some kind of big flaws here and there where the ball doesn't really go where it should and the physics are kind of wonky and stuff. If you're willing
That's
to
just
forgive
'cause
that,
you moved your
it's fun.
Switch.
Well, it does. I don't know if it has motion control. I don't think it does, but
I hate when it does. It drives me nuts. I turned that off instantly with Splatoon. I was nope, not using that.
yeah. But anyways, we should probably get into some news,
Nonsense.
maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's get
Sure.
into some news.
Okay, cool. Since you guys agreed.
It's time for the only news stories worth talking about.
All right, this first story comes from Polygon.com. It says Gearbox is testing a 1v1 shooter meets card game. Wow, that sounds elaborate and interesting, I guess.
Yeah, they are
Based on Eric's tone, I think the word he was looking for was lame.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty.
I was trying to be optimistic.
I don't know. It kind of sounds like it is because it sounds like it's the description of the game being Project 1v1. It sounds like it is one person playing against one person. It's a first-person combat with the metagame strategy of a collectible card game. I don't.
There's very little information out.
You know what I say?
I mean,
Gearbox, make Borderlands 3. Stop it with this crap.
I could kind of agree with you there. Hey, Electric Maestro, just want to say hello back to you. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Click the heart if you get a chance. It means a lot.
And hello, Midnight Angel, as well. Welcome back.
Yeah. So,
No, I don't. I mean, it doesn't really give any description of it.
Jeremy, you said you got a beta invite
yeah,
or
I think
something like that.
Trevor did as well.
Yeah,
So you'll be streaming that later.
Yeah, I probably will.
Do you
Might
remember
as
when
well,
it was?
right?
I can't remember when it was.
But actually, I don't know if I can be streaming it because it is
It's
a private
It
one.
might be
Oh.
actually
So-
a private alpha.
It
Oh,
actually
so-
it stated that it was.
Did it? Okay, I didn't
So-
even read it. I was just like 1v1.
And they stated that it might be invite only at this point, but I don't know for sure. I think you
Well,
can
I don't-
sign up when
I think
it becomes
you can go to
public.
you can go to their website and sign up for the beta. But right now, I think it is closed specifically to people that have received information about it.
That's my understanding.
Because they
yeah.
said some players have reported that they're receiving email invites to the technical tests from Gearbox directly. So
That's right, yeah,
I'm
I did.
guessing you guys were on you were on some kind of mailing list of some kind that they were like, hey.
I should probably
you.
accept that. I didn't
Yeah, you
accept
probably
it yet.
should. Yeah.
So just I'm probably misconstruing something somewhere along the way.
Probably.
But just based on the description, I'm imagining it's in like an Old West saloon. You're playing cards with somebody, and then you always have the option of accusing the other person of cheating and
This
then
sounds
resolving
like
it with a duel.
This sounds like a really good game. I would play that
I would
if that was
totally
what
play
this
that.
game
I would
was.
totally
Sounds like
play
Red
that game.
Dead.
I was gonna say that could be a mini game in Red Dead.
No, that's the whole game.
But that
Oh,
could be a
okay.
really good 1v1 game. Like that would be actually fun to just be like, you're cheating. No, I'm not. And then you like see who shoots for each other first. Like quick
Yeah.
draw. I like this.
Okay,
idea.
I sold it apparently.
You should be a game developer.
If you call someone out for cheating and they didn't cheat, though, like you may
You
have
get
to,
hung.
Like
If you
yeah,
kill
the
them,
sheriff-
you get hung.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you kill them, yeah. If
And
you
you
die,
lose
you
all your
die,
money.
obviously.
Hey, how do we copyright that so that we can
we
make
just
that
did
game?
because we just
Because
publicly
we publicly
announced
stated that
the-
we're
yeah.
intending to do something with it, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are your intentions with your with my
Just
video
that it's
game?
our concept.
That was our idea. I mean, it was mostly
But
Nathan's
if they change it,
It'll be
if they change the concept 17%, they're totally okay.
It'll be the first game from Men in a Tub Studios.
But yeah,
How do
Nathan,
you-
it was your idea, but you're kind of in our incubator. So
Yeah, well,
I mean,
How do you get a
good
percentage
cut,
of an idea?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you have to have a percentage of change.
Elric over
Well,
here is
yeah,
going
yeah,
to
yeah.
get
What
10%.
does
that mean?
Exactly. It just means that it's a similar idea. It's not the exact same idea.
Mm.
I know, right? You know.
Fantastic.
We covered that story.
Yeah.
So if you like Gearbox, yeah, I'm with Trevor. Bring me.
But I like
But I
Gearbox, so
want
I'm willing to give it a shot.
I want Borderlands 3, but I want it to be like a hair more Borderlands 1 than Borderlands 2.
That's probably
See,
true.
I love Borderlands 2.
Borderlands 2 was all right, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't want it.
Some
maybe
of the balancing stuff.
Maybe
is
I
really
just
good.
want Destiny 2 because really that Destiny ripped off Borderlands and made it better. So that's probably what I want.
I disagree.
And speaking of Destiny 2, another great loot shooter that is hopefully great, which I'm excited about this game, guys. Anyways,
I hate that you guys have kind of gotten me excited about it. too.
GameSpot.com is reporting Destiny 2 official merge lineup includes bathrobes, scented candles, ice cube trays, and Ricky Martin will pour hot wax on you.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Scented candles. So what these are is I don't know if they come in a set or if they're one. I'm assuming it comes in a set because it also comes with a replica ghost that acts as a holder.
Ooh, that's
and that
cool.
go over a couple pictures there and you'll see it.
Oh, I like
Trevor's
this
like,
bathrobe.
Trevor's like, I already
There it is.
pre-ordered
So there's
the
a
Ultimate
ghost
Masters
holding a
Collector's
candle.
Edition that has
So
everything.
what they say in this is
Yep.
simply light the scented candle that corresponds to the planet that you are exploring to add a further dimension to your gaming
So
experience.
That's kinda
it's
cool.
fourth dimensional.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean,
It's like-
come on.
Oh, this one smells like burnt alien flesh.
Now what I'm
sounds
curious
good.
about here is that there is 1, 2, 3, 4,
really setting the mood.
five
Five
candles.
planets
Does that mean there's only 5 planets?
only.
Only.
That's a lot.
That's-
Jeez.
I
I'm
think that's
just-
more than they had before.
Well, unless you count the last expansion that
Oh
had
man,
that
I want
big
these.
shit,
I want
but-
I want the ice cubes and
pins.
and a hat, and there's where's
New
the
Monarchy.
fidget spinners?
New Monarchy.
The bathrobe's pretty sweet.
That's pretty nice.
Jeremy's
so
gonna
I can
buy
play the game in the bathrobe.
Jeremy's gonna buy the bathrobe and just sit
And
around his house
stream it.
naked,
Hello.
wearing the bathrobe.
Yeah, you
It's
stream
not
it from the
naked if you're
bathroom.
wearing the bathrobe.
No, I mean naked underneath it.
You're naked underneath your clothes now.
That's true.
Yeah,
Good
but-
point. He wins.
Semantics.
We're all
mean, you're
naked.
not wearing I
but
mean,
we have
you're-
clothes on.
I mean, you're not going to be wearing underwear under it, is what I'm trying to say.
You don't know if I'm wearing underwear right now.
You're right, I don't, but I assume that you do because you're an adult.
Well, you know what they say about assume.
Kuipers, give me a drink.
Yeah, I'm thirsty,
I know,
too.
I know. You might be wrong.
Yeah, and you might
Yeah,
make a
give me one too.
you might make a donkey out of.
That's what happens,
me and you.
Kuipers, when you pipe in there. You call me names like that.
What?
Give me that water bottle on the top.
I don't think I'd make a very good donkey.
I want a Coca-Cola Zero.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Not Dr. Pepper, the Coca-Cola Zero.
Like, is this a Pinocchio situation where I'm just miraculously
Nathan, do you
turned
need
into-
anything?
I got a beverage.
Okay.
Yeah, Kuiper snuck under the camera for one earlier.
No, they
Coca-Cola
said
Zero, two of 'em.
zeros.
Who stole my thing? You used it as a cup holder, you butthead.
I didn't.
Oh.
He did.
I know. I was talking
Well,
to him.
that's because Jeremy stole my BB-8.
Use my koozie.
or something.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kuipers.
Forever.
Thank you,
Kuipers. If we ever pay you, we'll give you a tip on top.
Kuipers. That's when you're no longer an intern.
Yeah.
That tip on top.
Oh.
You gotta
So
put a
never?
tip-
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be in tip-top
Once,
shape.
once we're all making paychecks, then we'll give you $5.
Mm-hmm.
Deal.
Don't commit to a dollar amount.
It was $5.
Don't-
Yeah,
Commit
these.
to
I mean, if you think that, I mean, if you really love Destiny, I guess go ahead and buy this stuff. But really, I don't know. They're really stretching to make some money, aren't they?
I
Like-
feel like
that's
they are,
still
yeah.
all they play. I mean,
yeah, there's
they
probably
have a
room for
following.
this. What are the names of some of the scented candles? Do they have like names?
Earth, Moon, Mars, Venus.
Very
and,
creative.
That's so lame. They could have had so many good things.
What does Earth smell like, guys?
I think the last one is
Dirt?
Dreadnought.
Yeah.
Smog.
yeah, that's so it's
Well,
all
hold
the
on,
exact same places from the first Destiny.
So you're supposed to light different ones depending on where you are.
Yeah.
You look like a real weirdo on
Oh, I was really hoping they were going off the Sailor Moon characters.
Oh no.
that stream. Sorry.
Wrong franchise, Nathan.
Or is it the right franchise, Kyle?
Wrong.
Right.
Wrong.
See, I can do this too, Kyle.
Wrong. Fake news. Next story comes from Deadline.com. Deadline.com. Deadline. Deadline.com has a bunch of
Give it us.
All
There
right.
you go.
Deadline.com says we have more ads than you thought was possible to have on a website. King of the Hill revival eyed by Fox.
Yeah, Fox is thinking about potentially bringing this back. I guess there had been some informal meetings a few months ago with Mike Judge and Greg Daniels, who were the creators of King of the Hill, and who then went on to create Silicon Valley as Mike Judge, and then Greg Daniels created The Office, or was involved with bringing it to the U.S.
Which also might come back, by the way, I just heard.
Yeah, that's what it says at the bottom of this article, is that there are conversations with NBC about rebooting The Office with a new cast, which I don't...
Wow. Because all our other shows suck. Please watch us.
I mean, technically, that's already what it was.
Isn't that their slogan? NBC, our shows all suck.
Yeah. NBC is not doing very well, I don't think. Anyway, this is kind of exciting. They said that they'd had preliminary conversations.
CBS, all our shows suck.
Fox chairman Dana Walden said that
ABC, all our shows suck.
given what's going on in the country,
Fox, all
Do
our
they have
shows suck.
shows?
We got a few good things. I
Judge-
guess.
Just kidding.
Judge and Daniels they had a point of view about how these characters would respond in the world today. So apparently they are potentially exploring the idea of them bringing back King of the Hill, which I'm all for. I love that show.
Would they have aged appropriately given the time gap?
Nope.
I kinda hope that Bobby's in college.
They found a portal.
Yeah.
I hope
my
he's in
God.
college, and I hope he's in college and looks and sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, like they're starting out with him graduating high school.
What if he's the?
he still talks like
this.
What if he's just kind of gone through puberty though, and so it's like the same voice actor doing like a lower like Bobby, like it just does a weird like.
I don't know.
Tell you what, that boy ain't right.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that would be weird because Bobby was voiced by a lady.
Yeah, I know. That's why I thought it would be fun.
She's probably too busy working with Louis C.K. and FX though.
Oh,
She's got her own show
yeah.
that I don't remember what her show's called. I
Well,
haven't
obviously
seen it.
you don't know that much about her then, because
Well,
you
she
don't
was
know the
she
name
was
of her show.
Louis C.K.'s boyfriend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
I'm super confused. You made me burp.
Uh,
I'm so confused.
say that
When you
sentence
get
again.
that you know I'm confused.
yeah.
She was Louis C.K.'s boyfriend
What?
I meant girlfriend.
in that HBO show. Yeah.
Yeah, she was on the HBO show and on Louis.
I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't really a thing in Louis. She
They
was
kind
always
of
kind of
were.
holding him at arm's length. So
Okay, you're right.
I
They-
don't
well,
know.
no, they kind of were for a little bit that one season.
Okay, we should talk about this.
He almost got together with.
Next story is
Yeah,
what?
I know. Let's move on. I don't know. Maybe you're excited about this. I don't.
Pamela Adlon.
I was
that's
just
her name.
I was
That's
just watching King of the Hill tonight before I came over here. It was on TV.
Fun fact: King
Yeah.
of the Hill was based on a character, on a minor character from
But Simpson.
Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Mike
Oh.
That
Judge's
makes a
prior
lot
He
more
was
series.
their neighbor.
Yeah, wasn't the neighbor? Yeah.
Yep.
He's obviously a different
God dang
character
kids.
because his bio doesn't line up, but
Yeah.
same personality.
Well, his same voice and same art and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. King of the Hills is a show that's very. It spans generations because
yeah.
my dad, I know. I mean, he's in his mid-70s now, but I remember being in high school, and I mean, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want me to admit this to the world, but I remember walking in the room and he was like pretty engaged
Laughing?
well, maybe not laughing, but he was pretty engaged in an episode of this, and I was just shocked. I was like, he's watching the show, and like he must have been channel surfing and ran across it. And my dad was not one to just watch cartoons. Like that wouldn't happen normally.
So it must have been right about the time they were talking about propane versus charcoal.
yeah, or something like that.
And he's like, "Oh, this is interesting."
But this is always the first show that comes on after Cartoon Network switches over to Adult Swim.
Yes.
And so my kids love this show because they always end up watching it. And it's just one of those things where it just spans. It really just has a draw, I think, for everyone in some sort of way. People
It's
just
like
kind
that.
of.
It's like that
are
hour
drawn to it.
buffer that Adult Swim has between all the kids stuff and all the stuff that your kids shouldn't watch. So it's like you're
Wait,
warning.
I don't know though, because it's like a half hour. Because this is on, and then like the Cleveland show, which I would.
Ugh.
I don't.
Oh,
want my
did they
kids to watch
did they
that.
did they drop it down to only one episode a night? It used to be that they
I
did
don't know.
a couple
maybe
episodes.
I lose track of time. I don't know. Maybe it is too.
That could be.
All the episodes of King of the Hill run together for Eric.
Yeah,
after a
they're
while.
just. It's all the same. I mean, really. I mean,
He just sits there going, "When does he get off the hill?"
tonight
When does he
was
get
the
off of it?
episode when they were going to her. I think it was Hank's mom's for Thanksgiving, and they got stuck in the airport. Anybody remember that one?
I don't.
No?
I don't remember that
doesn't
one.
sound familiar to me.
Okay.
I've only
I'm-
seen one episode pretty much of that show.
Okay.
Really?
Wow.
It's not that I don't want to watch it. I thought it was very funny. I just haven't watched it.
Mm.
It was the one where I can't think of her name. The wife was selling guns out of her bookstore.
Peggy.
it's not
Thank
one
you.
that
I
I think
remember
I would
that
want
one.
to binge watch. Like
Yeah,
episode
it's
order.
good for that.
But
It's
it's
like-
if it's on, I'm gonna stop and watch it.
It's kind of like it's got that kind of I don't know. Seinfeld's maybe a bad comparison, but that show it's kind of that thing of like when it's a syndicated show that when it's on, yeah, you just kind of tune in, but
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I don't. There's not enough of a
I don't have
underlying
to
plot line that
I
you
don't
want to
feel
binge
like I got
it.
lost,
Yeah.
like I missed something.
Actually,
Yeah.
Seinfeld surprisingly makes for a great binge watch because they make references to things that you wouldn't catch if you just watch it
Yeah.
every now and again.
I love when shows do that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Toon,
It's
welcome
just a
back.
Nice little thing for the loyal watchers.
Yeah.
that's probably true. Sorry.
Yeah, it bums me out that they took it off Netflix.
King of the Hill.
Yeah, because
You
I was
wouldn't
in the
have time to watch it anyways.
Well, no, I was in the middle of watching through the series.
Oh.
I was probably 7 or 8 seasons into the 13 years.
So
or
what are
whatever.
you saying about Netflix getting rid of stuff?
Oh yeah, good transition.
Don't.
We're just full of transitions tonight. I did it too.
Why did you?
TheVerge.com reports that Disney to end Netflix deal with the Disney to end Netflix deal and launch its own streaming service.
Yeah.
This is
Net-
coming from the Verge.
Shocker.
All
yes,
Disney is
Netflix
gone.
is losing the Disney deal, which they've hardly been able to take advantage of because it was something that they ran or that
They
they
just had it. Yeah.
yeah they set it up in 2012, and I think this last year was the first year that it really took effect. Where they were publishing every one of their movies to Netflix. They said that this is something that's not going to cut off service until 2019 films. So essentially, they said you'd get the next 2 Star Wars movies, but you'll miss out on the trilogy's
So they're finishing
final
out their
installment.
existing contract then.
Right.
It's just not getting renewed.
Right, it's not getting renewed. They did say that in the article somewhere that it shouldn't be affecting the Marvel TV shows. Those will still be a part of Netflix. Those aren't going to be.
I get.
It doesn't sound like those are being taken away.
It makes sense though, because Disney for a while has had their own streaming service for like their preteen teen like TV show stuff.
Just
that
say
they've got.
Disney Channel.
The Disney Channel.
they?
Yeah.
Disney XD.
Yeah,
Disney
and
Junior.
it's the only place to find some of the items on is on Disney XD or Disney
Which
Junior.
I'm super bitter about.
So.
I shouldn't talk about
My
that.
kids are bitter about it because
What?
that they can only watch certain things on those platforms.
Oh, on Disney.
Yeah, like I have to
No.
have the Disney XD app.
I don't want to like promote another like Twitch stream, but there's a Twitch stream. Kevin Pereira had started the Attack, and he's from Attack of the Show on G4 back in the day. And I just saw that it got picked up by Disney XD, and they're airing their show on 9 p.m.
Wow.
on Disney
Really?
XD.
Don't go watch that, please.
I was like, wow, that's impressive that he parlayed this Twitch stream, which it was only a Twitch stream, into an actual show on Disney.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways,
But so this is going to be something that's really going to shake things up. They said that it's going to make a large chunk of
money.
old Disney TV shows even available on this.
So
yeah, but
sorry.
don't go back
So
into the vault every 10
Make sure
years.
make sure you watch the Defenders while you can. It's about to go away.
Well, no, the Marvel TV they said
Will not be affected.
Netflix said
I know,
we
I
continue to do
so
business
it's the
with
Disney
Walt
Studios
Disney Company.
stuff.
I mean,
not-
I figured since it was a Netflix original, it wouldn't be going anywhere.
But I don't think that I don't think that like Captain America or
Well, yeah,
Doctor
those are
Strange,
movies.
those will all disappear.
Yeah, those
but
are movies. Netflix had nothing to
Yeah.
do with those.
Right.
It doesn't say Netflix at the
Right.
beginning of it. Yeah.
Wait,
That's
so,
the important
so
part.
currently, all the Disney movies are on there.
Well,
Can I
don't-
watch Black
Not-
Cauldron?
not all of them,
No.
No, not all of them.
A lot
But
of
when
them.
when a new movie comes out,
It's
they
been
are
it's
the
been
stuff
being
that's in the
released.
vault is still
Rogue
in the
One's on
vault,
there,
Nathan.
Yeah, Rogue One. I was surprised that was
I
in
don't
there.
think-
Like,
Well,
right
I
away.
have that on Blu-ray. So
I don't think
What?
No.
No,
you
not
have the
Rogue
movie
One.
that you
No,
walked
the
out of
Cauldron.
on the theater.
Black
You
Cauldron.
bought the DVD, the Blu-ray, even.
calm yourself, Iago.
I just want to know why.
Oh man.
I
To
never s-
finish it.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Did you like it? Not better
wants
when
to
you watched
taunt
it
it.
at home?
I actually haven't gotten around to watching it.
That makes sense.
I haven't gotten
love
around
that
to,
movie.
to watching my Blu-ray of The Force Awakens either.
Well,
I
but
love
you
that
saw
movie,
that
too.
Well, yeah.
in theaters. I mean, who needs to watch a movie twice? Am I right, Jeremy?
Right?
There was one other little
Sure.
interesting tidbit in that article. Netflix,
I do like tidbits.
Netflix has made an acquisition of a comic book company, a publishing house called Millar Work, which is Mark.
Malarkey?
No, it's Mark Millar's company. He's the guy that wrote Kick-Ass, as
whoa,
well as
whoa.
Wanted and
Language.
Kingsman.
Language.
So they basically have bought the rights to a large chunk of what he has written in that company, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's their way of trying to get in the door with being able to make some comic book movies where they're obviously not going to be able to make Marvel movies or whatnot, which makes sense since they're trying to and the way that people consume media and everything is changing so much. It gives them a lot of new characters and storylines that aren't even necessarily like superhero type of storylines that they can start publishing and putting out in either TV or movie form. So it could be a pretty decent acquisition for them being able to get that.
Man who can catch fly with chopsticks can do anything.
wax on.
Yeah, I personally I got really excited when I saw this, but that's because Mark Millar is one of my favorite comic book writers. So
He's
So you're saying you're
interesting.
excited that he sold out?
I'm excited. Well,
Kyle appreciates a good sellout.
he's been well, no, but I mean he's had stuff that's been in development on almost all of his comic books. There, like if you go to his IMDb page, it shows that there's stuff that's like in development for every single one of them. So the fact that Netflix has picked him up, if that means
So are they
that
turning his comics into series?
I
or
hope
movies?
I hope so, because I think that a series in some of them will be a lot better format. Some of them I'm sure they'll probably just do movies, but there's a lot of
his writing. I mean, he kind of does the Walking Dead thing, but not as well. Where he tries, like sometimes it's just like violence for the sake of violence. Like it's never like it doesn't always propel the story or the plot. I feel like it's just like he kind of. I don't know. He just tries to be edgy,
Yeah,
and
he does.
that's what annoys me about him. Is I'm just
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
So
he does a little bit of that. I should lend you a book or two.
grain of salt because most of my knowledge of comics comes from people on YouTube telling me about comics.
Yes.
So I'm probably influenced
Let
by their
me tell you how you're wrong.
I'm probably influenced by their opinions, but my impression of Mark Millar is not a very good one.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, I love the first movie, but I don't know. He just I could never get through the book.
I know you.
The kick
still,
butt.
You've
book.
still got it.
I couldn't get through the kick booty book.
Kick Booty.
Kick booty. The kick fanny book. I couldn't get through that one.
Yes,
I still have it on a shelf.
I know.
That Kick Heine book, I could not.
I've
That's
got a
about
couple
the-
of your books still
that's
that
about
I'm
the-
holding hostage.
You have a
That's-
couple of yearbooks?
No, a couple of your
Is-
books.
Oh.
Is that one about the 2008
It's
home
about
mortgage crisis?
no. It's based
the
on.
Kick Fanny book.
It's a book based on the movie
oh, okay.
where the guy dressed
Yeah.
up in a scuba suit
Yeah, okay.
and he fought crime.
Yeah,
Did you
that's
say the
one.
book based on the movie?
Yes, it is. It's a fact. Look it up.
All right. I'm,
no, I mean-
I'm fact checking that.
Don't question me, Nathan, on this one.
You told me to look it up.
Eric is right.
When I am intentionally wrong, I'm still right.
Mark Millar has some of those that are. I mean, with his
Just
his
like
published-
Hunger Games.
Kick
But
Sphincter is
he-
a 2010 British American superhero block.
Wow, that's a deep kick.
That's a really. That would be so
good
bad.
Whoa! I just like to imagine being that guy who has to explain it. He like goes home to his wife. She's like, "Why you look so down? You got kicked in the sphincter today." Whoa, that's descriptive, honey. Yeah, I know.
I hope you're all right. I made boiled eggs.
Can you give me the donut pillow?
Preparation.
Yeah,
But it
oh
is
boy.
based on the comic book of the same name by Mark Millar and John Romita Jr.
Oh,
No,
stop it.
I know the comic was first. I was just
You
being
told me to look
silly.
it
The
up.
internet is wrong.
Yeah, I know things. All right, this next story comes from the HollywoodReporter.com.
I'm a fan. And you can't change my mind.
I'm not
Nathan.
trying to change your mind.
I was talking to Nathan.
Yeah, Nathan, stop trying to change Kyle's mind. He's set in stone.
All right.
Okay, good. He's given up already.
I know.
David Letterman, more Netflix news. David Letterman is returning to TV, kind of, or cell phones, or mobile devices of any sort.
internet.
Or yeah, he's returning to screens. With Netflix talk show.
Yeah,
Is this going to be daily or
Kind of
weekly?
excited
That's gonna
about
be
it.
it's a 6-episode run that they've got. The series is gonna feature in-depth
He's not going to get rid of
interviews.
that beard, is he?
He's
I
not
love
gonna get
that
rid of
beard.
Oh,
There's no
yay.
way.
Now I'm going to watch.
I'll
Fantastic.
be
No
honest.
way.
I kind of want to superimpose some of my facial features to see what I'm going to look like in 20 years.
yeah. That's good.
But yeah, so this is something that's going to be an untitled 6-episode series. It'll premiere next year. It's going to be hour-long episodes where he will have pre-recorded and feature Letterman conducting long-form conversations with a singular guest, as well as exploring topics on his own outside of the studio. So it sounds like, and from what I'm gathering in this, it sounds like it's going to probably be something where he'll sit down for like a
wait,
full
wait,
half
wait.
hour.
So you're saying it might be like Letterman on the street?
Yes, Letterman on the street.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, it's something that it sounds like he's gonna kind of take a longer approach with people, and I'm wondering if maybe that will parlay into kind of that way that Corbin does his karaoke in the car.
Did you hear about that?
About
The episode that they haven't decided if they're pulling yet.
Yeah, that he did one with Chester Bennington.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
From the guy that committed suicide a while back from I almost said 9 Inch Nails. That was weird. From Linkin Park.
Yes.
And, I guess they recorded a carpool karaoke with Linkin Park, but they are. I think they're like consulting with his family to see if they're okay with
That's a
releasing
good way to
it.
do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, this is cool. I mean, Letterman, I remember being a chubby little kid in like the 6th grade, honing my, comedic prowess with a can of Pringles and a can of off-brand soda, sitting in a chair in my bedroom watching Letterman every
Was
night.
it grape?
No, it was cola flavor.
Oh, okay.
And I would
Grape cola.
no, just cola. And I would watch Letterman every night, and I mean, yeah, he was
Letterman's awesome.
he was like just like kind of a comedic hero to me when I was a kid. So yeah,
There you
it's
go.
cool.
Now you got the backstory of the tub.
I love this top 10s, and
I'm hoping that Letterman's gonna that this will give him a little more freedom to be maybe more him, if that makes sense. Because it seems like some of the things he's done.
Less molesty, but more him. Yes.
Well, okay, yeah. I'm just saying, like he doesn't care as much.
Oh, he didn't care the last few years of that show
Well,
at
that's
all. That was
true.
what was
That's
great about
true.
watching
Yeah.
it. Is he's like, whatever. I'm
You were
here.
gonna say
Yeah.
something, Trevor? I interrupted you.
I love his top 10 he did with Eminem was really, really funny. Or Eminem, right?
Yeah, the one that's been going around on social media lately.
Yeah.
It does say at the bottom of the article, there was a quote here from Netflix Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos.
I want that title. Chief Content
yeah.
Officer.
He
Yes, sir.
said, the
I hope he
meeting
has a
David
badge.
Letterman was a thrill. Imagine how exciting it is for me to announce that we will be working together. Blah, blah, blah. The end of his quote says, we'll have to see if he keeps the beard.
Aw.
Don't get rid of it, David.
No, do us all a favor and keep the beard.
I've been looking at that picture for a while now. I feel like it'd be weird.
Yeah, I just looked at
Who is that guy?
There's like a little picture of him from his show on CBS, and I was just, that
He is super
Keep that
attractive
beard.
with that beard.
Yeah, it's
Jeremy
Oh.
wants him. Jeremy's.
I was actually curious if I should write him a letter and see if he's my dad.
good. Cool. Do it. All right. That makes things
That
really
would make
I
you
doubt it.
Jeremy Letterboy.
because you wrote him a letter, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, not because his name is Letterman.
Maybe it'll get me on his new show.
IGN.com for all your interesting gaming news. I only assume that's what it stands for. It says
Checks out.
Special Forces try out Boba Fett bulletproof helmets.
Yeah, these are bulletproof helmets that are supposed to be able to protect
It looks
against.
more like Army of Two helmets.
Yeah,
than
Well,
Boba
that's,
I
Fett.
saw the
that
picture
is
that was
that
like
is
that.
what they said, that the
Oh.
design was actually based on the game Army of Two, but they're calling them Boba Fett helmets because they look similar to.
Because nobody
Boba
would
Fett
know what
headgear.
Army of Two is. and
Exactly,
they'd be like,
yeah.
Well, I don't get it because I don't get video games
Right.
because video games are for little kids and I'm not a little kid. I'm a grown up. I have a full-time job. And you guys just stop playing your video games. What's your problem? Why you play video games? I don't get
Right.
it. It's for little kids and I'm insecure.
Grow up.
Supporting game violence.
14-year-old.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is a version of a conversation Eric has actually had once.
It's not. It's just. It's a version of what a conversation I've had in my head with someone that didn't actually happen, but the way they looked at me and responded to me when I said I like
Yeah.
video games
Or
is
something
what
they
I
posted on
imagined
Facebook.
them saying.
Because they instantly saw him as a child.
They're like, "Oh, you like video games?
Oh,
you like
video
that's neat. That's fun.
adorable.
Do
You,
you also
haven't grown up yet.
do you also play with action figures too?
Nope, dolls.
No, I play.
Just
Dang it.
dolls. You're
Yeah.
gonna say it, weren't you?
I was
Nathan?
gonna say that.
It would have been so much better if you said it.
There.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about stigmas in our culture.
would-
If you're,
Yeah.
at least in the Midwest, maybe it's different in other parts,
No,
regions,
I
or something.
doubt it.
But I have.
It's probably a little different on the coast.
It's weird to run into people like. Okay, when Trevor started, like before I got a new job recently, Trevor was working with me, and I guess I kind of hired you, right? I can say that, right?
You did.
I hired Trevor to work for me at a thing, well, with me, not for me. That sounds bad. But anyways,
kind of.
he.
You were his superior,
Yeah, I guess. I was his supervisor.
and you hired him. So
But he was, and I remember that here's Trevor. You're probably what? You're 27.
Yeah.
Okay, so and I'm 35. You're almost 10 years younger than me. So 8 years younger, and he's sitting at his desk doing something. I don't know, and we didn't know each other that well, and I think you were looking at IGN or something on your computer. Working really hard.
I was working really hard.
at something.
sure you weren't.
And it was some video game. I don't even remember where the conversation started. And I remember talking to you about this video game. And I remember him looking at me like, "Who's this old guy I think he is? Why does he think he can talk to me about video games?" And I guarantee
totally doesn't get
he
it.
doesn't know anything about them. And I could see it in his eyes. Like he was just like, okay, that's cute, old man. You think you know things. And so it started out that way. And so I as our work relationship progressed, and I'd bring it up more often, and then I think and it was just kind of cool because I realized, because to be honest, when I first started talking to him with it, I was like, oh, that's cool that he's kind of into video games, but I mean, he's obviously not into video games like I'm into video games. Like, I'm really into video games. Like, I love the culture, I love the business of it, I like all of the stuff, and so I'm thinking he's not that into video games. Like, and so the more we talked, it was like we kind of met this weird thing where it's like, okay, we're both really into this thing, like way more than we realized. But I think it's because it's just this weird cultural thing where when you're in your 30s, especially, like, it's still, there's a lot of guys that I think, go home from a long day of work and go fire up their PlayStation or something that don't talk about it because they know it's kind of taboo. But then there are a lot of people that just have zero interest in it and they stay away from it and they don't do anything with it. But then that same person doesn't watch movies, doesn't watch TV. Did
you say doesn't watch
boobies? Yeah, you
movies. I said
Surprise boobies.
It sounded like you said boobies.
They don't watch boobies. They don't watch movies.
I was like, how is this relevant?
Why is we keep hearing stupid stuff? What is that coming from?
It's probably IGN.
Is it really?
You suck.
It's like their ad keeps loading and then stopping. But it's just, anyways, it's just one of those things that's really interesting because it is kind of still taboo in our culture if you're of the older generation and you play video games, because people don't understand. And it's one of those things where, like, like I experienced it starting a new job. I'm just like, okay.
Do I tell people this or not?
I was the biggest mistake I made is I was like talking to like the HR person and they sent out an email about me and they asked like what are some things I'm interested in, and I said video games is one of them. So like I had people approach me about it. Oh, you like video games, huh? And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, I played Tony Hawk once or something. And it's like, and it's just this thing of like, yeah, it is this weird kind of like, well, that's neat, I guess. That's like
I had a similar thing. I was at a job for a very short period of time earlier this year as I was doing some job transitions. And, like...
It's a story for another time, guys.
Yeah, another time.
Anyways,
really?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
It was like my second day, and someone asked me, oh, what do you do after work? And I was like... Well,
boobies.
I said on a podcast.
I watch boobies.
I said I'm on a podcast, and we talk about video games, and I like to play video games, and they're like... immediately they interrupted me. They go, "Oh, well, you'd like these guys over there." Like they were like, "Oh, you're okay. I don't want to talk to you anymore. You would get along with them better." Like, "Oh, they play games at lunch."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "That was he ended the conversation."
Like, I don't want to talk to you.
Like he was like, "Oh, you'd get along really well with those guys." I was like, "Really?"
That's like someone approaching you and being like, "Oh, I noticed you wear long sleeves a lot." And you're like, yeah, I got this. And you lift your sleeve. I got this spot on me right here. And they're like, oh, the lepers. They're over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Go over there.
You
leper
need to talk
colony.
to them.
Yeah.
It is. You were a real person.
I think it is changing, though. It's slowly changing.
Of course it's been changing, but it's one of those things where I think my generation, though, like I look at my brother who's, I think he just turned 50 or he's just like close to that, but he was a king at pinball. Like, the guy was incredible at it, and he had an NES and he was really good at it, and then I don't know where, but he kind of like fell off of it completely. And it was like one of those things where it's like, did something just switch and he's just like, now I'm an adult and I'm not going to do that anymore.
I think that happened, though, and more because there were people that probably got into that stuff, when they're older than like you did or I did with playing video games, where you started playing when you were
kid.
like
a wee laddie,
maybe younger than that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's funny because I think that there's so many more people now that have played for a larger chunk of time than not played. In growing up, as opposed to some. I mean, like,
but it's still very common to see people who just at a certain point, it's like, I put my toys away when I became an adult.
Oh, yeah.
And it's still very common to see that mentality. And
when I was a child, I thought like a child.
Yeah.
Well, I will say too, one of the things that's changed though is that games have evolved and there's more.
Hey,
to
I
them
played
now.
Narc when I was in like the 4th grade, and you could shoot people and their bodies would explode.
Yeah.
And I was a cop, so it was okay, and I was busting them narcs and getting them drugs off the street. That game was awesome.
I remember my favorite gun in Tomb Raider I think it was 3. You could blow people up with it. It was a grenade launcher. It was awesome.
I shot the Egyptians with the word.
That's true, Jeremy. Good job. Good
I
job.
was trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Oh, geez.
His Bible NES
His Bible
game.
NES games, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I actually know those.
The word, for those who are not
It was-
churched,
it was-
is the Bible.
And it actually shot W's. out of your
actually, the
staff.
word is God.
Yeah,
The
okay.
word
Yeah,
was
thank,
God.
yeah, thank you, Nathan. Actually, you actually corrected me.
That's your second biblical reference tonight.
I appreciate that. It's just one of those things. It still feels, and maybe I'm just still like ever so slightly insecure about it sometimes. And I think it depends on your work environment. Do you work with people that?
In IT, it's a lot more common,
Yeah.
I think, than some other places because it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. You're a nerd, so that would make sense. Like,
Yeah.
Probably doesn't help that you worked with me previously.
Yeah, that's true. I was
So
just like,
I was-
everybody's like Trevor, right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to talk gaming, you just shouted across that. thing.
Yeah, I know, that's true. We would have these we'd be like, why did we not do that on the podcast? And then we'd waste it and never have that
Yeah.
conversation again. But we'd just be like, so did you what do you think about Hideo Kojima?
Yeah.
You guys should have just recorded all of your days at
yeah,
work.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
man, Workcast. That would have been great.
Cast.
But yeah, it's just an interesting thing, and it because you don't. It's not like someone's like, oh, did you see? Well, I don't know. Did you see Dunkirk? And then they'd be like, oh, I don't watch movies. I'm sorry.
Surprise movies.
I don't watch.
I grew up from that.
Yeah, I kind of put away childish.
Well, I mean, it's
things,
not
you
like
know? And it's like, but it's this weird because it's an interactive medium, and it's
Yeah.
it's because you have your imagination. That's
well,
for
and
children.
then there's even that older generation that they see just like kids that will like just zone out on soda pop and cheesy puffs and play a video game like Call of Duty for hours, and they look at them and just like they're so irresponsible. It's taking over their lives.
Yeah.
They don't have any, and so then they're like, oh, it's just so tragic to see people get lost to video games and they just lose their lives and they just like it. And it's like you're
It's what
talking
keeps
about
it's what keeps my life sane.
you're referring to like one like offshoot instance where maybe someone does have really addictive tendencies and they can't like move on from, and they're wearing a diaper or something.
Or
but
like-
it's just
Or like the trope that you see on TV that they like to oh, that kid's a gamer. He's got nothing but video game. Like he only
But they
goes
watch-
home and
but-
plays that and then doesn't do anything.
But they know everything about their soaps. Right?
sure. Yeah, I know.
That-
This one's from Bath and Body Works.
yeah.
This
one
one was
made
made in the Himalayas by a group of monks.
Yeah.
I call it my monkey soap.
Yes, that kind of soaps. You guys know me so well.
Yeah.
Did you say monkey
Jeremy,
soap?
if you would have
did.
said their stories, we would have understood you much better.
I'm
Can I-
sorry, I'm older than you,
can
and
I-
it was called soaps.
Can I
My
ask
grandma
Nathan?
always called it her stories.
Oh, you meant soap opera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, see, I was wondering what Nathan
I knew
was
what you
talking
meant.
about
was
here.
too, I was-
Because Nathan was talking about monkey soap. Is that a soap that's made from
monks.
something?
No,
Monks.
it's made by monks in the Himalayas.
Oh, I thought you said monkey. I was like,
He
is that-
did. But he said it's made by monks, so
Oh,
it's called
made-
monkey soup.
Oh, okay. I
All
was
the
thinking,
people that are listening already know this, Kyle.
No, I was thinking like, is that a soap that you use to wash monkeys, or
Oh.
you know?
How often do you wash your
I don't know.
I mean,
but somebody.
Ideally, a couple times a week.
Nathan,
So did we miss anything on these helmets? I feel like we went
Oh,
way
wow, I
off
forgot
topic.
we were talking about.
I thought they were kind of cool because they're
Well-
very. I think in the way they're like Boba Fett, just because they've got HUDs integrated with them.
Oh, that is
And
cool.
so- just
everyone's
they've
gonna
got-
paint the Punisher's
so
face on
so
it.
here's what it is, and yeah, they probably will.
His face.
yes, it's good.
Is it?
It's a really bad smiley face.
I said the Punisher face, not.
I heard of the Punisher's face.
Uh-huh.
It's good.
It's funnier that way.
Yeah.
No,
cool
so
with it.
they're supposed to be able to protect against fire blasts, shrapnel, and any shotgun, including a shot from an AK-47 or any gunshot. I'm sorry, including a shot from an AK-47
Trevor,
or Magnum 44 round.
If you show up to a Tubcast with John Bernthal's face painted on,
I want to
that would
know.
make me really happy.
Can we buy these as civilians?
I don't
Yeah,
think so.
Well, I think you can actually.
Can you?
They're sold by a company in Japan. I'm pretty sure I saw a guy playing airsoft with one on. I was like, that's a waste.
because I mean, they're not too far off from paintball.
Yeah.
just with
Yeah.
significantly more.
Yeah.
But I mean,
And
you're
it's
not
got-
going to have the heads-up
Carbon
display
fiber.
that's supposed to
Yeah.
have built-in GPS system, uses heat-seeking technology to help soldiers track down enemies, and this
Imagine
is
how
the
hot
this
they
is
will
the
be.
kicker:
They've got air conditioning.
air conditioner
Okay.
to
sorry.
protect against heat and
That's awesome.
gases.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was thinking just
Wait, protect against gases, so you don't fart and it
Yeah.
goes up your back and into
Yeah,
your helmet.
that's how farts work. They go straight to your nose.
Straight to your nose.
they're kind of heavy.
don't?
They kind of hang low, don't they? Because they're kind of heavier gas.
I think it depends on how much humidity is in the air.
or how much poop particles are actually
And-
in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the velocity.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, velocity
I'm
is
pretty
just
sure
speed times
humidity
time.
has a big.
Hey, man, this is a high-level fart conversation here.
It's what the
I-
people
wait, wait.
want.
It's not
I mean,
convers-
it's
I do-
distance by time.
I do
it's
think
beyond-
when it's
wait.
when there's a lot of humidity, it really lingers more.
We're beyond fart conversation. This is fart
We have
commentary.
transcended the fart.
This is commentary on farts. This is flatulence commentary.
That's right.
It also depends on the contents of your stomach.
Ooh, spinach salad. But I was thinking the other day, it would be so cool if my glasses could just show me stuff that's on my phone, and no one could see through. Like it was like two-way. Like they'd see my eyes, but I was watching something, and
So are you
without
talking
them
about
knowing.
Google Glass?
No, because that's too obvious with this big like dingleberry hanging off my glass.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like with my normal lenses, if I could just like pull up my phone and maybe start
Yeah.
a video or something, and then maybe I had an earbud in or something,
Like-
and then I would be like, I'm paying attention, but really I'm watching a movie or watching YouTube videos or something like that. It would be really cool. I want that to be in the future.
It's the HoloLens in 10 years.
Yeah, but like I want it to be I want them to see my eyes. I don't want them to know. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
I want them
HoloLens
to
in
see
50
my
years.
eyes.
One-way
I want them
glass.
to look into my eyes and realize that I'm just watching King of the Hill on Netflix.
The new stuff, not that old stuff.
Not the old stuff. 'Cause Kyle really,
Kyle likes farts.
he likes the fart sound. I feel like we have too many stories tonight. Did you anybody cut these down?
I cut a few out.
Okay. Oh, good. Okay, good. All right. So we talked an hour while I ranted about video games. So it was my
Hey,
bad.
that's all right.
All right.
It's just an extra special long episode because last week was so
Yeah.
Weird.
Was it?
Not-
Oh, that's
not
true. Because we
online.
were offline. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And I wasn't here to text it.
BBC.com says India police pair sacked over faked Everest climb.
It's
this
British.
is one of the most ridiculous things that I think that we've talked about here.
When they say pair, they mean couple, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
they
these-
are a
these-
husband and wife.
And they
These
say
cops-
sacked, that means fired.
They mean
Yeah.
tackled by a football
yeah, they
player.
were sacked
and,
by
and when they say faked, they mean it was fake.
And when they say Everest climb, they're talking about the mountain
yeah.
and climbing it.
So basically, Terry Crews tackled them on a fake Mount Everest.
While they were eating a pear.
yeah.
Yeah. No, these two had claimed that they were the first Indian couple to climb Everest.
That's a weird claim.
Yeah. And they
I'm the first guy with a ginger beard to climb Mount Everest.
Right.
I bet you're not.
No, I'm not.
so they've
I never climbed it.
yeah, I've never climbed it either. They're not sure if they're going to face charges because they had shared misleading information and brought disrepute to the Maharashtra Police Department.
That's why they got sacked.
So the authorities, the Nepalese authorities had imposed
The
a
Nepalese?
no
Nepalese.
Nepalese Naples
The boobies authorities.
Yes, the authorities from
From
Nepal imposed a 10-year mountaineering ban last year on the couple after concluding that their claim was fake. They also rescinded a certified something or other that said that they had completed the climb to the top of Everest after concluding the investigation. So right now they don't know what's going to happen with them.
So wait, now that they're banned for 10 years to fake climb Mount Everest,
Yeah, they can't climb Mount Everest for 10
but
years.
they can fake climb it again.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe they can, but they'd have to be a lot better, and a lot of people would have to just forget that they were banned for 10 years.
Hey, aren't these the same people that faked it 5 years ago? I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just ridiculous. Like, and so like the fact that they were fired It just kind of it's
Well,
weird.
you don't want liars working for the police. Wait.
Oh, corruption. Please, corruption.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Yeah, that's what Batman's for, is to take care of that corruption.
This city deserves cops who actually climb Mount Everest.
That's a valid argument, Batman.
That's pretty good.
That was
you. I appreciate mountain climbing ethics.
I'm just imagining the city that's gotten that good. Batman's completely cleaned up the city, and he's tracking down these people that lied about climbing Mount Everest.
The Dent Act saved a lot of people.
For a spelunker, you really care about that, mountain climbing.
I trained in the mountains.
They disrespect my training by claiming to climb this mountain. Oh, man.
There are lots of caves on mountains. Where do you think bats live?
All right, this is
warning. There's blood.
yeah. This
Oh,
is
no.
warning. Next story comes from USAtoday.com. It says Australian teens' feet bloodied by mystery sea creatures.
Yeah,
Arr.
They showed him in that video.
There are these creepy little things. So this kid, his feet hurt, right? 16-year-old walks out into the water after he said his legs felt sore after playing a game of soccer on Saturday. So he decided to go soak in the beach. 30 minutes later, he walks out and he is covered in hundreds of these pinholes in his feet and his just bleeding profusely. His parents take him to the hospital. They go back later and they find these tiny little bug-like creatures, and they went and
So they have pets now.
yeah, I guess
You can only feed them once.
So essentially, what he did is he went
Your
back to the
firstborn.
beach the following night with a pool net full of meat and captured the animals by throwing the meat in there because they started eating the chunks of meat. And it's something that they're like, I don't know if they're parasites or what, that they just have this.
They don't know what they are, though?
No.
Yeah, it's something that they said it would be unusual for these kinds of, or what they assume these are to have caused such bleeding.
They're miniature
They said
sharks.
it's not a parasite that they've ever come across, so it's essentially a new parasite that they've discovered.
They're going to call it the sharkicite.
It's a
Why would they call it the sharkicide?
Why not?
Because it's
Why-
a dumb name.
Yeah, if
Shut
you're
up.
gonna call it anything, maybe it's a piranhasite.
it's a parablind
What?
because they've never seen them before.
I got what you're going with. It was so bad.
So
By
they
that
haven't-
logic,
they haven't used their sight to see them.
by that logic, wouldn't any creature we've never seen before have blind in the name?
But
Yeah,
how could you
yeah.
name something you've never seen before?
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's called unknown.
If you've never seen before this time.
but yeah, they said that they believe that it may have been a crustacean that's called an
crusty.
amphipod that usually eats decomposing plants and animal scraps. But they're saying that it would be unusual for those to have caused such extensive
Global
bleeding.
warming.
So
cause.
These bugs were eating my feet.
aliens.
Nope, it's global warming.
I told you never to reference that meme again, Kyle. How dare you? Bring
I
it
wasn't referencing any meme. I
You
was
were.
just saying
You said
maybe it's
aliens, and You
aliens.
waved your hands.
He was
like-
just referring to the
Maybe-
to the great television show Ancient Aliens.
maybe they're aliens that have come down on Earth.
Dare you disrespect the
They're
devil.
not actually
Listen-
aliens. They're actually interdimensional beings.
So
Well,
what-
it's just one
what
more
I wanna
terrifying
know-
reason not to swim in the ocean.
Yeah.
I guess.
What I want to know is, are they now burrowed into his legs?
I
They're
don't
in his
think so.
bloodstream.
Yeah, he's
They're
he's-
swimming around eating
he's
from
gonna
the
pop.
inside.
He's gonna pop out a little alien that'll be able to live on land now, right out of his chest.
He's gonna be a new superhero called Tampon Feet. So this one is another story.
Why?
Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be the? That would be the fish.
They're trying to eat breakfast.
That's
that
been
would
a
be the
while.
solution.
Yeah, that's true. That's all my
They'll
reference.
start
I'm-
All
selling.
my terrible puns are not working.
the
Can
the
he
the
just be
people-
Bloodfoot?
Bloodfoot.
There'll
There you
just
go.
be a-
instead of Bigfoot.
Here's what we do: we go to the beach and we set up our own like lemonade stand, but instead we sell feet tampons because of this story.
I've heard worse ideas on this show.
The wings are bigger.
I have heard worse ideas on this show. Yes.
This and a lot.
Some of them came from me.
Many of them from me.
This next story comes from the Liverpool Echo.co.uk, and it says, horrified McDonald's customers watch naked man inject drugs into his testicles. Was he playing Splatoon?
No, my brother sent me this story earlier this week, and I fact checked it. This was a real thing that happened.
And it's not a 404.
Why is this not in the 404?
Because we already had like a full list from last week.
Oh.
So
we should have deleted one.
Well, I did delete one because there was more than 4 in there already. So this woman stumbles upon a man that was injecting drugs into his testicles outside the toilets of a branch of McDonald's. They said they were called to the police said they were called to the branch to reports of a man exposing himself to a woman. They said that an eyewitness told them about her ordeal, but did not want to be named. Described how the naked man lifted up his stuff and injected himself with drug needles in the scrotum.
Not
Because
normal
of the loose
needles.
skin,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like when you give your dog shots, you pull up the skin and go into the skin, so
don't
they're not
need-
poking into the
we-
muscle.
nope.
Is that
We
maybe the
I
logic?
don't
behind it?
know what the
Like you could use like your underarm fat or something like that. Instead.
maybe he'd used up all the tracks on the rest of his body.
Oh,
there you go.
gosh.
It's just the
You've
the
thought
next-
about this too much.
No,
So-
I just was thinking of that just was right now.
No, I just said it. You thought about it too much.
She also
I'm right.
claims that the man was making very strange noises throughout the incident.
I can imagine.
Is that the noise you make, Nathan? Every time it's Acupuncture Wednesday, that's the noise Nathan makes.
I have had needles injected into my
just
boys
gonna-
before, so I am going to say that could cause you to make
Wait,
some funny
what?
noises.
Yeah, he had a vasectomy. Come on.
They numb the area. That's how they do it.
Oh, they
you
don't just
said-
go.
Hang on. You said
They
needles.
don't cut anymore
Did you
anyway.
say
They use
needles?
Yes.
I thought you
to
said
They had to
inject
inject drugs into his
I'm
scrotum.
I'm
so
sorry.
that I wouldn't feel
Proceed
it.
Hang on,
with the
hang on.
operation.
I heard it
Hashtag
noodles.
family friendly.
I heard it. I had noodles inserted, and I did not know what you were
noodles.
Why does it
talking
always
about.
come back to noodles?
I don't
Kyle?
know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Kyle.
What's going on?
Oh, now it's noodles injected. And who made those
That's
noodles?
why I was
Kyle?
very
just saying.
confused and had to make sure that it made more sense when I realized that you said needles, not noodles.
It always makes more sense when it's noodles
Yeah.
over needles.
But there was a hero in this story. They said that the man was then locked.
Ronald McDonald arrested him on site.
No, there was a McDonald's staff who called the police. And
called
then
Ronald McDonald.
called
and
Ronald
he
McDonald
arrested
as
them.
well.
20 minutes later, the police showed up.
And then the McDonald's staff basically locked him in the bathroom.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they held him in the bathroom so he couldn't get away.
If you're gonna do that, do it in private. Go in the body. There's kids eating Happy Meals out here.
Because they're not a hero.
Yeah.
They killed those people.
Yeah. Just go in there and do your thing in there.
Yes,
That
and,
is
and
weird.
apparently this lady went in every single morning for a cup of tea before work. She said, because this is in England, she went to use the loo, and just saw the man. He was outside the toilets, completely naked, injecting it into his scrotum and making this noise. She says, I don't know if it was a sexual noise or if it was relief from injecting himself, but it was just disgusting. It was awful. She said she ran into the women's bathroom and was hysterical, and had to stay in the restaurant for about 25 minutes before she went to work. But she said she just couldn't stop crying all day, which I don't blame her. That would probably be...
That's a bit much,
That seems-
okay? A bit
a
much.
little bit
Don't need to
much.
cry all day.
I mean,
over
maybe
this.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
why
3
didn't-
hours.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you, snap a pic and put it on?
Maybe
on,
she was
your
kicking
Instagram.
sphincter.
or
Maybe
something.
she was just
Should have Snapchatted that.
maybe
That's
she was
right.
just sad for him. You know.
I mean, think about the water cooler talk. I mean, she could be like.
I think, you know,
So, Kathy, what have you been up to today? Oh, I saw a naked man injecting something into his scrotum.
is that the way they
Because
talk?
they're English.
That's such an odd accent.
That was
And they say naked man?
Naked man.
Naked man?
naked man.
Naked man?
A naked man.
A naked man? I just... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna. The last thing, last little bit.
No,
is she
yeah, you
said
go
she's,
first.
There's no way that she could go back there now. She used to go every day before work, but she says
Now
I just,
she's lost 300
I just
pounds.
can't bring
It's
myself.
really-
Stop
Well,
drinking
no,
her
she would
tea.
go for
It's been
tea.
good for
She
her.
should thank this guy.
Yeah.
She went for
She
tea.
went for
It doesn't
tea.
say
That's
that
what
she
I go
went
to
for-
McDonald's for too. Is tea. I get tea.
Well, that's a nicer looking McDonald's than.
Oh,
a
that
lot
makes
of
a
them.
difference. Your McDonald's is clean. I can't get fat from your food. Great.
It doesn't say she went there for the food. She went for the tea.
That's what she told them, Kyle. Don't you understand? This
That's what she said.
A tea
Well,
and
she
12
didn't-
McGriddle sandwiches.
yeah.
She didn't identify herself, so we don't know. All right.
What do you
Do you
mean
see
you
how the
can't get
table
me
in
a
the
Big
window-
Mac in the
Do
morning?
you see how the table in the window has the legs?
There are
the
arches,
M's,
yeah.
arches, yeah.
Oh, clever.
Wow.
You know, but what's truly it's sad though because it's like there's two. I mean, okay, maybe this guy obviously is not new to drugs, right? Like you don't go from like, you smoking
you had-
smoking a
you
J to
had
be like injecting your testes.
One joint of marijuana, and that's where you end up.
and transition.
Like the next day, you are in
Injecticles.
McDonald's injecting heroin into your testicles.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, it's really sad because it's, and I'm not trying to make a joke here. I'm just saying that, like, if you were to the point, if you like you said, Kyle, that there's nowhere else left to inject yourself, that you're resorting to
Into
that.
McDonald's, you mean? Now you have to do it at
Yeah,
McDonald's?
that too.
Yeah.
But I'm
Every-
talking about
They have
honest
free
budget.
Wi-Fi.
It's like, yeah, once I get high, I gotta watch my YouTube videos.
It's hi-fi.
Yeah. So
maybe
it's,
they broadcast their YouTube
but-
videos there.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's disturbing. It's sad to think that people go that.
It's
that
it's
far.
definitely a hit rock bottom thing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Even if you didn't get caught.
Yeah, I don't know. And yeah,
It is sad though. Like that's
Let's not just. I guess we won't delve into. All right, that's our last story of the stories, and now at 10:55 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time, it's time for the.
No intelligence found.
Does he know he's dumb?
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Wouldn't want to embarrass yourself in front of your fellow perverts.
You don't deserve the air you breathe, buddy.
Here's this week's nomination for the hardest 404ing on the internet.
All right, did we update last week's poll, or am I going to look like a fool in front of
I
everyone?
updated
again?
it.
All right, good.
Oh, did we have?
it
All
was
right.
from 2
I
weeks.
thought
Well,
that
it's
was
from 2 weeks
Piper's
ago.
job.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago,
Is he
it says,
failing already?
I don't think we ever made that his job.
vote for who you think is the dumbest this week. And it looks like by a long shot, Small Targets won.
That's the one where people were firing their guns because children were making noise.
No, throwing
No,
knives.
a lady threw knives at
Throwing-
children.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's been a long 2 weeks.
Ladies threw knives? What?
Yeah, a lady was
I'm-
throwing knives at the neighbor kids,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
so they hid in their
All right.
apartment.
Well, there you go. Now you can play along
This
in this
week.
game this week when we post this shortly. But don't forget to play along by naming the 404 nominations.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's go with our first
Get your naming
one.
fingers ready.
Sorry if we kind of rushed through these, but we're going long tonight. So, the first one says patient shocked, upset when Georgetown doctor showed naked photos of himself. And let me write you one prescription for my nude selfie.
Trevor's laugh. That was the reason that this one's in here, right?
You
That's whoever
see
put
here
this in
on
here.
a healthy male.
Now you know more about me than most of my patients. These were the last words spoken in person by Georgetown
He was
family
just like,
physician.
See, this is where I injected myself at McDonald's.
This is the
Oh,
last words
Nigel.
spoken by Dr. Nigel Mark Phipps to patient A as she fled
Phipps.
his office after he
Nigel
showed her
Phipps.
photos of himself naked. The woman testified Monday. This was the end of July.
I got a name for this one. Can I name it?
What is it?
Gorgetown.
Eh.
No, okay, sorry.
That might work.
I mean, how do you know?
In Gorgetown?
Oh God.
Maybe it's
So
Lincoln
the
Town.
patient is along with 3 female employees who are part of a discipline case for him. in Ontario. So this is in Canada.
Vitamin D. I'm not laughing
So
at
he's
yours
not
because
even
you
a
didn't
real
like
doctor.
mine.
Oh wait.
All right.
All say
You're supposed
they
to
were
feel bad.
shown naked or
I don't.
semi-naked photos
Yeah,
of the
you do.
doctor who's been practicing since 1985. At the first day of his discipline hearing, the 5-member discipline panel heard that Phipps will admit to showing 4 photos of himself in various stages of undress to patients and staff, and that
Okay.
his conduct was disgraceful. He denies allegation that his conduct would be considered sexual abuse of patients.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just looked down at my watch, and it just has these words on it. Show naked you're so show naked you're so my naked. I'm sporting a digital crown.
Sorry, what?
Is that? Do you have the Xbox chat app on there then? And you're getting
it looks
another.
like Suri responded or something. It says show
Oh,
show naked you're so naked.
It's a good thing you
I'm
didn't
sporting
say
a
text
digital
somebody.
crown.
Show naked. I'm so naked.
Screenshot.
It's show naked you're so naked.
You're so naked.
You're
Sorry,
so
I didn't mean to interrupt
naked.
you.
No,
How
that's
naked
pretty
are
much
you?
it.
I bet you think the song is about you, don't you?
I like
You're
Jollivers.
So new.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking MD.
Nigel Phipps, MD.
All right.
Yeah.
Midnight Angel says
So
Doc
it
TMI.
says that they are not expecting any type of defense being presented until October because of an unspecified medical condition that makes it difficult for Phipps to testify. He's on medical leave of absence from work, so we won't really know why he did it. No one knows.
All right. Well, next story.
Psychosis.
Next story is from Pix11.com. It says that I can't. It's like not showing things correctly, so that's cool.
Close ad.
Oh no.
Oh, it says, police seek man seen pleasuring himself during New Jersey screening of the Emoji Movie.
Still want to see this, Kuipers?
Now he does.
They said police are looking for a man caught with his hand down his pants during an opening day screening of the Emoji Movie. A mom at the movie with her children and friends noticed the man with his pants unbuttoned, zipper
How could I
undone,
not? Patrick Stewart's the poop.
and hands down his pants in the Escape movie theater on this route in Howell, wherever that is, somewhere in New York.
How about Igorgy Movie?
Jolliver says eggplant in the theater.
He was seated alone in the back row of the
Eggplant.
theater. The women immediately reported the incident to management. Police said movie theater management responded and escorted the man out of the theater. The police were called later that day. Officials said that they've asked for the public's help in identifying the man. They described him as being in his 20s or 30s. He was last seen wearing a white shirt, a white dress shirt, and black pants.
Weird.
They're not going to show it.
The video, the video's got two unrelated people
Dingle.
in it with their
Hi,
reactions.
Dingle Fliff.
Hey, Dingle.
Respect the
Whammon.
The Whammon. Okay, cool. We respect Whammon.
Oh, because he's whammon.
Is that what that was?
I would hate I would hate being the staff in this. Being like, oh, we got a guy. He's
Yeah, you would.
He's got his hand on his eggplant.
We got a situation 43.
We got a code eggplant.
No,
I'm
not
sure
at
there's a
43.
code.
Not again.
See, there was his photo. You said he wasn't in this. He's in it. There's his photo.
Yeah, they got the photo, but
Oh,
the,
man.
the video is mostly just interviewing people about their reactions to it.
I mean, really, did they see anything?
No, these people were not involved.
Hey, Harrison.
No, I mean, I saw his photo. Never mind.
Crazy on the person.
Howell police says the suspect was seated alone in the back row of the
Why is
theater.
something handmade on the
Female
phone?
patron watching the movie with their children and
We hear a lot of stuff happening.
Wow.
Yep, that's what
They
happens.
said he was in the back row at least. I guess
Yeah.
is the most. The only light in the story is that he's
That
not.
is nowhere near a good
I'm just
thing.
saying, at least he's not in the front row to where everybody sees him doing this. Really.
friends noticed the man with his pants unbuttoned
I'm not
Zipper
saying I
undone.
wouldn't want to punch the guy in the face if I saw him doing it.
Do it.
Play with yourself.
But
No,
that is exactly
Trevor,
what Howell police
you
say
would be
occurred
too
last Friday
nervous.
during-
Oh, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I would.
Let's hear. I want to hear what the video says. Maybe,
All right.
or maybe not. Maybe it won't play.
There are a few situations where I would actually punch somebody.
Teddy says hands-on screening.
Oh gosh.
they say is the suspect, asking for the public's assistance in identifying him.
A kid's movie. You have somebody like this in your kid's movie. People pay money to go see a movie with their kids, and
We've been talking about how bad this movie is for so long. I kind of forgot it was a kids
Michelle
movie.
Bianco says
Oh, yeah.
she
That
was
makes it so
shocked
much
to
worse.
read of
I
the
didn't even
incident
think
via
about it.
social media, especially since this is the theater she visits frequently.
I was just happy I wasn't one of the people in the theater because I think I would have just went crazy on the person.
Obviously, it would
Howell
attract
police says
his
the
kind. They
suspect
can't
was
even
seated
spell the
alone
name
in
of the
back
movie
row of
theater
theater.
correct.
A female patron watching the movie with her children and friends noticed the man with his pants unbuttoned, zipper undone, and hand down his pants. Luis Piazza was alarmed when learning of the incident and described it
He
in
lost
3
an
words.
M&M.
It was disgusting.
The suspect, according to
He's
Howell
just
police, was
injecting
escorted
drugs.
out of the building.
Yeah.
Police also add that they
Just be
eventually
glad I wasn't
received a
naked this
call, but
time.
only after the female witness returned to her home. Bianco's reaction to the timeline of the events?
I still would have called the cops before I had him leave. I would have had made him stay there until the cops came here.
Piazza says
Like at
as troubling
McDonald's.
as the alleged
Yeah.
incident is to hear, what concerns her more is that it could have escalated into something much worse.
He could have been, you
Sorry.
know, looking for young kids.
Look at that! Look at that car behind
You know,
her
we
with the
bring kids here
eyelashes.
a lot, and it's just terrible.
Anyways, that is weird.
Midnight Angel says he must have
If
thought
you're
it was
currently earning
like
college
Sausage
credits in
Party.
high school, Metropolitan Community College has a path to earn a degree
I like how
or
the
complete
mute, the
general
tab
education
button
requirements
doesn't work.
before transferring to
Because
a
they want you to watch the
university.
ad.
I don't
Get
think that's
started
ever worked.
at MCC.
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to
Open
mute
a new
the
tab and get rid of it.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe that's just in Safari that does that.
Oh,
Opera does it too.
This is Chrome.
Yeah, I'm in Chrome.
This is Chrome.
This next story comes from the, let's see, Belfast Telegraph UK. Northern Ireland woman jailed for using Tesco vouchers too many times. I don't know what any of that means.
Tesco Well, I'm is about
You
to
can't
tell
see
ya.
it because there's a survey.
It says a woman has been jailed after taking advantage of a flaw in a voucher system run by supermarket chain Tesco to gather 955 pounds worth of goods.
How much
That
is
is
that?
the British pounds.
So
It's
she's
heavy.
frugal. It's
Very
their
heavy.
fault.
Yeah.
No.
Angela Rogan redeemed vouchers several times when they should have only been used once. She told police she did not believe this was dishonest and claimed she was simply taking advantage of a flaw. Over here in the U.S., we call that extreme couponing, right?
Yeah.
So they've said that she had a prolific career of thieving and dishonesty and had racked up 5 sets of suspended sentences, but continued to offend. This is obviously written in the British dialect. Rogan, 41 of Barnfield Grange in Lisburn, pleaded guilty to 1 count of fraud by false representation and 8 counts of possessing articles for use in connection with fraud. They were used as part payments for various goods, including cosmetics, nappies, and washing powder. What are nappies?
What's all that?
I believe.
Aren't nappies wet wipes?
I believe they are.
That sounds right. So they.
It's a baby's diaper.
Oh, okay.
She was questioned about the voucher and claimed to have purchased them on eBay and understood they were genuine. Meanwhile, her vehicle was searched and police recovered 955 pounds worth of goods, including large quantities of baby wipes, nappies, deodorant, washing tables, and ink cartridges. So, I don't know. She's like an extreme coupon
Wow, we should
hoarder.
have just ditched this one for the ingestical one.
Yeah, we really
this
should have.
This one is kind of.
Yeah.
Do we want to just throw the,
All right, it's
the
gone.
testicles in there as one of them?
Yeah.
This one's gone. Put testes in.
Yeah, someone come up with a name for the testicle one.
Yeah, we're getting rid of that one. I don't. That's
All
not
right,
that
all right,
interesting.
fine.
I'm sorry. It's just not worthy. Is all.
Okay.
Sorry.
It didn't have genitalia in it.
And the store is at fault. We already agreed.
Genitalia.
Why is this one not open?
No balls, no glory.
It's like whoever's put this in here put it in a weird mobile link, I
It's
think.
because I did it from my phone.
Good job,
Sorry.
Jeremy.
Oh, this one also has genitals.
Of course, everyone.
It's the theme of this week's 404.
Yeah, you need more. The 404. Ingesticles was pretty. Or what did you say? Injecticles? I don't know. What it was.
I think I said injecticles.
All right. This is from the Huffington Post. Man accused of peeing on family at Metallica concert. On his own family at Metallica concert?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
A
another
New
family.
Mexico man is facing charges of disorderly conduct and indecent exposure after he allegedly peed on a family at Friday's Metallica concert at Glendale, Arizona. Daniel Daddio, of course that's his name.
Were you using Google Play to search for stories?
Top songs, enter
that's what
Sandman.
it's pulling
But
up.
at Metallica's
Why is
recent
it-
concert
I
in
don't know
Glendale,
why
it was
it's
more like
that
enter
way.
policeman.
Yeah,
Cops
tell us-
say Daniel DiDio urinated on a
No, it's
family of
Daddio.
3 in front of him, including a 10-year-old girl. And
Ew.
all new
Gross.
tonight, we're hearing the scolding the judge just gave him in court.
I have to say, in the 15 years I've been on the bench, this is one of the most disgusting scenarios I've ever read. I don't know if you were just completely, I don't want to use the word, I'll just say drunk.
What was
And
she
I don't know
going
if
to
you even
say?
know what you did.
Crap face.
As you heard from the judge, no shocker here. Police say DiDio was heavily intoxicated.
Oh, you don't say.
That is not an excuse, people.
I don't think they're implying it is.
No, I know, but people use it as one.
I was drunk, so I did this dumb thing because I was drunk.
No. You were dumb, so you got drunk and kept being dumb.
I was drunk. I forgot I did it because I was drunk.
Teddy says you thought R. Kelly was bad.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh man, this what?
Yeah,
Jeremy, what did you use
where
to
did
share
you
this
find
story?
this?
How on earth did this happen? This is the weirdest thing.
I don't even remember.
Jeez.
It was on my iPhone.
Jeeves!
I know that much.
Was it because you were drunk?
Yes. No.
What was the name for that? Do we got a name for it? Let's see. It's Metallica. You got peeing on a family.
like
Daniel Peter says
alkaline content.
I don't want to say the word drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that judge.
Let's see. Metallica and urine, and then you got like a family, and then it's like a concert.
Rusty Metallica. Because you peed on
It's
it.
a long stretch, but I get it.
It's dumb.
Wet metals.
Wet metal. Soggy metal.
Something about golden showers.
Gordon.
Oh.
Gordon
So here's a
shower.
10-year-old. Don't you dare use that.
Master of P-uppets.
That's it, right there.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good.
I wasn't trying to say that that anyone enjoyed it, Jeremy.
P-uppets, as in puppets?
Yeah, about P.
P-uppets.
P-E-E uppets. Yeah.
Oliver says
Okay.
that's actually the name of a terrible sex position. The Rusty Metallica.
Hang on.
No, you're not supposed to fact check that one, Nathan.
Doing it.
Oh, no.
All right.
Yeah, trombone, I think, is what that metal's made of.
Have an idea?
I didn't know where to turn.
Mail time! You got mail.
You can email us at iwannagetit@minutedub.com.
It's that time, ladies and gents. The time for us to read your mail. But I have good news for you. You didn't send us
show
an
is
email.
over.
You didn't send us an email. So
goodbye.
Yeah, you bunch of poop faces. Played
by Patrick Stewart.
Just yes. That's why I'm here, and that's why I lost a raisinette down my pants, and that's why I was trying to dig it out in the dark, and that's why those people said I was touching myself, but
chocolate melts.
Really, it was just a raisinette. It was emergency.
Chocolate melts. You got to get that out before it stains.
I got misunderstood me.
Gee, I don't know about this one.
So, this.
Shut up, Morty.
Usually we would. Oh, okay. Let's save our Rick and Morty impersonations for when you and Nathan do that podcast. So there's because
It's just us reenacting every episode.
Sure, I will be sure to never watch, but you guys do that. So let's
Apparently we can't do Rick and Morty well enough for Eric's approval.
No, it just happens every week, and it's just
What happens every week?
Rick and Morty impersonation.
You know, by doing this, you're
I'm encouraging
getting
it.
into the
Sorry.
cycle
Yeah,
and-
sorry. Okay, do it every week, guys. It's so fun.
We should
All right.
do this every week.
It's so fun.
What is happening?
My throat's making a weird
Did
noise.
you just become part Wookiee?
Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys could send us emails, send us your fun question mails.
Yes.
Let's go pick one from the chat. Someone asked the question in the chat earlier. Let's see here. Where was that at? I saw something about. Oh, thoughts on Nintendo claiming the Pixelmon Minecraft mod, or do you not even care? Lol. I have no idea what you're talking about.
That
so
happened a while ago, didn't it? I
Trevor.
don't know. It's not surprising because Nintendo does Nintendo things, but I don't know. I never really played the mod much, but I don't know. You can't be surprised.
You don't know a lot about this, then.
You've said I don't know 5 times, Trevor. What are you actually
I don't know.
Now I don't know what
So
you're talking
I guess
about.
to summarize, I don't really care.
I don't know.
Wait, I don't even get it. Nintendo's trying to say that they made this mod?
No, they there was a mod and they just they shut it down just because it's their intellectual property.
Not Picker, man.
What is it? I don't know.
Pixelmon.
Pixel is their intellectual
it's
like
property.
Pokemon,
yeah.
but Pixelmon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that was in Minecraft?
Yeah.
There's I don't
Shut up, Morty.
There's nothing new under the. Hey, Crazy for Noobs, welcome back.
Hey.
Daniel Peters says we look like a game of Who's Who.
That's true. This is the one with glasses and a beard.
Oh, I'm out.
Oh no.
Oh no. You don't have glasses.
I know.
Oh.
I don't have.
You
I have
didn't
a
call
beard,
me
but
out
I
for
don't
not
have
having
glasses.
glasses.
Oh, I'm confused by the rules of this children's game.
Do I win?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, I didn't even see it that it happened. But Irrelevant Native, you subscribed to us again for a second month.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
if you're still here, thank you so much for doing that. I'm sorry we didn't give you.
Did we miss that notification?
I said something in the chat, but we were busy doing our stuff, so I didn't address it.
That was at the top
because it was
of the show.
technically before the show started.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks anyways
Yeah,
for that. How's it going tonight? Thanks for asking, Crazy Noobs. It's going well. Thank you for joining us, even though the show is almost over. Set an alarm or something next time. All right, get the alerts and be
Watch
here
it
on
on
time.
YouTube tomorrow.
Watch it on YouTube tomorrow, maybe. I mean, it might be there tomorrow.
Is there anything else going on that we talk about?
This is the time. Yeah, you're right. This is a time for where we thank our Patreon peeps. This is all you peeps at the the co-producer level or higher. That's $10 a month or more, where we put your name in shining lights, and we like to thank you and congratulate you for just being able to make good life decisions and putting your money in wise investments. And just overall being a smart person. So thank you very much to all the people that support us on Patreon.com. If you're curious about how you can support us
and what you
be
get for
fancy,
that,
go to Patreon.com/MinuteInATub and you can join the Patreon Nation.
Get your name
Patreon
there.
Tub Nation. So let's do some housekeeping. Housekeeping, cleaning.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Kuipers
Anyways,
does the cleaning now.
Kuipers clean the floor.
Pick up stuff.
Kuipers, you've been quiet tonight. We're gonna address you now. How are you feeling? You doing okay over there?
Yeah, I've been all right.
A little bloated.
All right.
Feeling a little hungry, maybe a little tired.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
Tired,
All right.
Jolliver says literally keeping my kid from going to college
every
month.
But dang it, he'll be entertained.
Yeah, he'll have entertainment.
Or she.
Or yeah.
Whatever it'll be.
Jeez. All right. Very politically correct of you, Trevor.
Hey, if they listen
I'll give you
to
a
the
golf
lunch
clap,
cast
Trevor.
every week, they learn lots of
a lot of educational.
Yeah.
Mainly about genitalia.
No, that was the 404 tonight.
Sorry, yeah. It was every single one, though.
We're just a sex ed show. It's really what we are.
People need to be informed.
Family-friendly sex ed. All right, so
we're just going to replace Lacey Green altogether.
Technically, sex ed is family friendly.
I know. Unless you're
it's very family
Unless you're teaching them how to not
make family.
That is where families come from.
They're promoting sin.
Yeah, so this is the housekeeping I was going to address. You normally you guys watch us on Wednesday and Thursday nights. We talked about this briefly last night, but if you were not here last night, you do not know this. We will be off air on Wednesday nights for about 3 to 4 weeks. Not because we're canceling that or because, we're going on an elaborate vacation or we're going on a trip.
There's no good games.
I wish we were going on an elaborate vacation.
But we're not going to get into this, Jeremy. I don't want us to debate what we're doing. So
I just said
no,
there's
I know,
no
but
good
I'm just
games.
saying.
That's all.
I don't want to debate
We're
this
not
tonight.
going to debate it.
I just want to say what I'm saying, and then we're done talking about it, okay? So don't exacerbate it like last night. All right, because we're just going to tell them what we're doing. So anyways, I'm
not even sure what we're doing. Anyway.
Okay, good. Then anyways, we are going to be changing the format of our content a little bit. So slight tweaks to the Tubcast. Some things will be changing there, but we're not going away. Tubcast is going to be here.
Yes.
Every Thursday still. But on Wednesdays, we're going to take a little time away, and we're going to work together as a team to plan out a brand new show for you that's going to be on Wednesday nights. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be awesome. To use Jeremy's term, it's game-centric. I think you used that.
No,
you used it first.
I
but
started it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
cool.
That's why I gave you credit.
Take the credit.
So it's going to be a game-centric show. It's not going to be just a game stream. So put it just so if you're curious, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're hoping it's going to be really cool and that we'll get to plan it out and that this will kind of change how we do things and we're excited for it. So
this is like the first time since we've really started the Tubcast that we're going to sit down and try to polish it.
Yeah, well, not just polish a new show, like
polish a new show and actually like sit down all together and be like, hey, this is let's make this as well as polishing up some of the things that we have here in the Tubcast as well.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, the Tubcast won't change much. It'll be pretty much close to the same show. There'll be some minor differences.
Eric will sit farther away than the rest of us because he's the host.
Actually not further, just higher, in a taller chair.
I thought you'd be behind a desk by yourself and we'd just be in chairs.
Oh, that'd be fun. Or maybe you guys could just be off screen, and then if I cared
you
to
could
have
call
you
one
could
of us
chime
in.
Yeah, you could come over. And
you just
like,
point
Jeremy,
at us.
what do you think about that?
Oh, that was cute. Now move, get off camera. Anyways, that's what. So don't be scared. Don't think we're stopping Wednesday nights. We're just gonna kind of reconfigure it. Because any smart business, especially one like ours that just makes money like crazy. I mean, we just can't even we can't find a bank to hold all the money that we make.
And those people who are helping us with providing that money are gonna know before everyone else. So.
No, we really just we treat this very seriously, even though we're small. So we're looking at it and we're just thinking, what can we do to kind of
improve,
keep things fresh and new and exciting, and that's what we're hoping to do. So. Stay tuned for that. We'll be in a lot of announcements on social media. So follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever your grandma gets her grandkid photos. That's where you'll find us.
And Trevor.
Hopefully not a Metallica concert. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Remember, we won't be here Wednesday, but we'll probably. That's the other thing I was going to mention real quick. We're going to try to fill the gap with some additional streams throughout the week, so look for probably another PUBG or TubG stream.
Yeah, TubG.
We just posted the episode 3 of TubG. That's on YouTube now. There's 3 episodes, so you can watch all those, and hopefully we have some more coming soon. Is that everything?
I think so.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Sleep well with your head on a pillow.
Don't get those bed bugs, Nathan.
Yes, sir.
And don't
Don't what?
What?
Hey guys, everyone, stay naked under your clothes.
That's Jeremy's new catchphrase.
Stay naked under your clothes.